It's time to roll, time to slay, time to loot. Grab your dice, ready up, let's go!
Cool, you're all good. Right.
I've hit record.
Okay. I've also hit record.
Cool. All right. So, 3, 2, 1, and hey, let's go. Previously on the Chronicles of Celestria, the sky did not survive the storm. The Glimmerwake lay broken upon the border of Umbrasia. Its hull split open beneath rain and flame alike, and from the wreckage, grief. Not all had survived the fall. Brits, Moblit, Bran, Danica, Seren, all of which lost their lives to fire, steel, and shattered earth. Jinglethorn endured, wounded, diminished, and around the wreckage even, broken cages stood empty. The planar entities within them were gone. The party pulled survivors from burning debris as the reality of the crash settled around them. Then the forest struck back. Crow-marked assassins emerged through the smoke and rain, led by a seer bearing the mark of ruin. "Find the vessel," they exclaimed. The Fellowship attacked without hesitation. Steel clashed against thunder, magic split the rain, and amidst the chaos, Ashira saw him. Erendor. A fleeting silhouette upon the forest line, striking down one of the attackers, or vanishing once more into the shadows. The battle turned brutal. Darrell was slain before the party. Zelentrus was struck down again. Ashira nearly fell, and only Elirr's quick action spared her from catastrophe. At last, the final assassin fell. Silence followed, broken only by rain and the anger of those remaining. The villagers blamed them for the crash, for the dead, for the storm that followed them from the skies. And perhaps they were not wrong. The group split soon after. Mirabelle and Sylas remained behind with Jinglethorn to bury the fallen and recover the escaped planar entities. Corvin and Alariel, Jinglethorn's apprentices, stayed beside their master. The others pressed onwards into Umbrasia. The forest swallowed them quickly. Darkness closed overhead, and beneath the watch of Hildegard, Judge led them to temporary shelter beneath a rocky cliffside. There, exhaustion was finally ended. But peace did not come. Judge heard whispers from the forest. He dreamt of Shroud Haven, of Walter, of Willow, of death replayed endlessly beneath church bells and broken light. And elsewhere, something called as it crawled into Zelentrus' mind. A voice from deep within the forest, soft, familiar. The voice of Mirabelle from back home. Come home was all it took. He rose without waking the others, leaving only the vestige behind, and vanished into the tree line. When Judge finally broke free from the vision, Zelentrus was gone. How much time had passed? It was uncertain. Ashira was deep in a nightmare. Now the forest darkens. Jinglethorn has yet to return, and somewhere ahead, something waits for them. This is episode 44 of the Chronicles of Celestria, Embers of Anarchy. We begin today where you guys left off. The forest, as you all lie here, it feels uneasy. Judge, you returned back to the camp to notice that somehow Zelentrus had some way left. The forest here never truly sleeps. Even in the stillness, Umbrasia breathes around you. The fire of the camp burns low beneath the cliffside overhang. its glow almost swallowed up by the thick roots and black trees around you. Somewhere deeper in the woods, something moves. No one speaks. The events of the crash still cling to all of you. And those of you dreaming, find yourself at ease. You do all gain the benefits of a long rest. However, even in your dreams, you see flashes of the dead, the storm, the villagers that remain. One by one, you fell into that uneasy sleep with the aid of Diego's sleeping toxins or poisons, or I guess just remedies. Yeah, you aided them in getting some sleep. But for Ashira, sleep does not bring peace. And that is where we begin today. As Judge, you head over to Ashira. Ashira, you found yourself questioning as you went to sleep the night before. Talking to Zelentrus, wondering if things were okay. You agreed to share each other's company, if anything, for some reassurance. And as you pondered and began to get drowsy and fall into a slumber, as you felt your consciousness slip into darkness, you heard the calls of a crow. And that's where we're going to pick up. As in Ashira's dream. Ashira. You find yourself in Umbrazia's forest. A world you've only just become familiar with, but the trees look rotten. They look darker, they look twisted. Rain falls softly through the dead branches above. It's not cold, it's not warm, but as you look around, there's a fog, and it's endless. The forest around you is colorless. It looks stripped of life and movement alike. Branches twist skyward like grasping hands towards the sky, and the ground beneath your feet sinks softly as you stand here, almost like it's rotten to the core. Somewhere ahead, you see a lantern flickers. It's weak, unsteady, underneath a large tree that's fallen ahead of you. And beneath it, him. Erendor Ravengard, as you knew him, stands alone beneath this tree. Though he looks thinner than before, he appears to be bruised, hollow-eyed, gaunt. Black veins creep faintly beneath the skin near his throat, disappearing beneath his collar. You can tell that here, there's some form of shadow that clings to him unnaturally, almost like it's moving around him, slowly, softly, across his shoulders, like a smoke that's trying to sort of escape. But his eyes are still his. You shouldn't be here, Ashira. He looks up to you. Ashira, you shouldn't be here. His voice sounds tired. It's not angry. There's a hint of, it's almost like he's afraid, frightened. And Ashira, you can't help but step forward instinctively and feel like the forest reacts as you do so. You notice that the tree, the roots, they move and sort of burst up between you and him, as if the forest itself is blocking you. As you do so, you see he flinches immediately. No! Stop! He looks over his shoulder into the darkness, as if he's terrified someone else could be listening.
What do you mean? How am I even here? What? Let me help you.
He looks to you and he acknowledges you. You can see his eyes hear your words. They know every time you reach me. You have to stop following us. If you come to the grove, they'll make me choose.
Choose between what?
He looks over his shoulder again. The rain between you continues to fall, and he looks exhausted, like he hasn't slept in weeks. You can feel it now. This is a dream, but there's something beneath the dream itself. Almost like you feel like something's pulling at him, tightening around him as he turns back to you. I can't lose you too.
Can we speak plainly here?
He looks around him. We can talk now. But why can we talk now? And that's when you feel a warmth behind you. As you see, as you turn, Callista appears. It's like a glow of moonlight and stardust in the air. There's an ethereal look to her, a violet glow. And then next to her, the warmth. A violent flame erupts. These two figures emerge from the darkness behind you, Ashira. One in the celestial glow of moonlight, the other in the infernal flame of the hells. Callista and Glacia. As Glacia looks to you, you can talk now because your family survived the whisper. Because of me. She nods her head to you. Her voice is smooth. It's almost easing, but it's not cruel. It's certain.
Well, thank you for your generosity, Glacia. If you two wouldn't mind, then. As I turn back to Arendor.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've been on your tail for months. I just need to know why. Why did you have to steal it?
He looks around like he almost looks schizophrenic. Like there's a voice in his head he can't silence. Like he's panicked about everything around him. He's hearing voices. They wanted the stone. Ashira, Ash, they needed me to fetch it, and I wasn't aware of what it could do.
So you tried to tell me that you lived with me for 3 months, ate the same food, slept under the same tent, helped my sister give birth, all to retrieve a stupid stone from me?
No. It was never about the stone, Shira. I did all of that. I wanted... I needed. You see that his form sort of looks like the veins are growing up his neck, and he hesitates as he goes to speak. Once I had the stone, Ash, I lost myself. But you must understand, they had my sister, and I can't. And you see that it begins to creep, and he looks down towards it as if he can feel it moving up his body.
I interrupt.
Okay.
You know that you're destined to fail, right? I glance over to Glacia. In every timeline, you fail. You either kill yourself, or I have to do it for you. Will you shut up? I assume it's Glacia laughing, not
Yes. Callista looks to you as Glacia looks at her and smiles. Callista just looks at you and she says, I thought I could contain the cost. She's not looking at Glacia at all. She's looking only at you, as Glacia is clearly like smirking at her. There's a look about her you almost recognize in your mother's or your sister's or your family. You recognize regret weighs heavy in her eyes, as though it's been a constant that she's had to deal with in all of her time. And she looks to you. And you see that Glacia just interrupts. The stone breaks mortals. She looks at Erendor, and there's a look of like, Ashira, your bloodline merely endured because I stood between you and him. You see
Was
that
Naya in the stone?
she looks to you and there's a smile across her face. Simple bird? No. Far worse, my dear. And it's then that she begins to describe the deal between Callista and Glacia. And that is where I would like take you all to witness what had happened as I share my screen with all of you.
Balance is rarely preserved without cost. Generations ago, during an age when planar fractures threatened to tear the world apart, a keeper of balance named Callista Argent carried one of the shattered starlight stones, and the stone whispered. Not loudly, not all at once, but slowly, relentlessly. The voice within it belonged to Fervus, the imprisoned god of chaos, whose fractured crown had become the very stones the keepers now carried. Callista understood the danger quickly. The stone granted immense power, but no mortal mind could endure its whispers forever. Not even hers. And yet the world was breaking. Rifts widened. Planes bled into one another, and the keepers could not simply abandon the stones. So Callista sought another solution. Not from the gods, from Glacia, not as a supplicant, as a negotiator. The bargain was never about corruption. It was about silence. Glacia would shield Callista from the whispers of Fervis. He would stand between the stone and the mind of its bearer, muting the influence of chaos long enough for Callista to continue her work and preserve the balance of the world. In return, Glacia asked for a tether, a connection to the mortal plane that would endure beyond Callista's lifetime. The tether would exist through blood. Callista's descendants would carry infernal resonance within them, enough for Glacia to see through dreams, across generations, and maintain a foothold within the mortal world. Not for dominion, not conquest, presence. And Callista agreed, because without it, she believed she would fall. The pact changed both of them. Callista retained control of the stone. The whispers faded to distant echoes. For the first time, the Starlight Stone could be wielded without succumbing entirely to Fervis's influence. But the cost became permanent. Her blood changed, her reflection vanished, and the Argent line was forever altered. The family became tieflings, not through curse, but through covenant. Yet Glacia upheld her side of the bargain faithfully. That is the secret history of the Argent bloodline. The Argents were never immune to the stones naturally. They were being protected. Glacia silenced the whispers of Fervis for every generation that carried the bloodline, while others risked madness, corruption, or obsession. The Argents could wield, wear, and attune to their heirloom safely. At least, safer than most. Because the heirloom did contain power, Remus Argent was not wrong. But the power within it was never solely Callista's. It was both of theirs. The lingering balance between celestial dream magic and infernal will, only together could the bloodline continue carrying this burden safely. Over centuries, the agreement deepened. Callista ascended beyond mortality, becoming something greater, a being tied to dreams, moonlight, and the subconscious weave, the mortal mind. But ascension did not break the contract. If anything, it strengthened Glacia's access. Through the lingering bond, Glacia gained limited influence over dream space itself. She could speak to the Argent bloodline through visions, bargains, and whispers carried in slumber. Not because she stole divine power, because Callista willingly opened the door. And now, that door cannot easily be closed. Glacia is not a creature of senseless cruelty, nor is she benevolent. She is self-serving, pragmatic, protective only where protection preserves her investment. She safeguards the bloodline because the bloodline safeguards her tether to the mortal plane. And in return, she offers her power, miraculous power. The ability to resist forces that would break others entirely. But infernal bargains are never free. Glacia does not ask for souls. She asks for things mortals value more closely. Certainty, love, identity, memory, trust. Ashira Argent is not merely descended from that bargain. She is its culmination. The infernal resonance within her blood is stronger than it has been in generations. She can stand near forces that would consume others because Glacia's protection still lingers within her lineage. That is why Fervis's whispers never reached the Argents fully. Glacia stood in the way, not to save them, but to preserve what belonged to her. The Calderim eventually learned fragments of this truth. They understood the importance of the Argent bloodline, not simply because of the stone, but because the Argents represented stability, a lineage capable of resisting chaos where others failed. Evelyn Argent became a target because of it, and when no stone was found, her death was repurposed. The bloodline weakened politically, but never extinguished. Ashira grew, believing her heritage was exile. In truth, it was inheritance. She is bound to a pact older than the Coalition, bound to the choices of a woman who refused to let the world collapse, bound to a devil who still guards the bargain carefully. And if the balance falters once again, the power sleeping within the Argent bloodline will awaken, not as corruption, as consequence. Ashira Argent is not a mistake. It is the continuation of Callista's final compromise, and Glacia's most carefully protected tether to the mortal world.
So, in short, because I know you guys will probably ask, the heirloom relic that contains the Starlight Stone once held by Callista Argent, that was taken from Ashira and once held by Remus, is a relic that can be attuned to by Ashira with a much less likely chance of her going insane. It's still possible. The Whispers of Fervis are twisting most of the keepers. I think you can sort of see some of that evidence in recent episodes. But anyways, any questions before we dive back in?
Just the one that I had, not all of the stones, right?
The one that you had was the one that she's protecting you from. Yes.
Yeah,
Callista
okay.
made it bound that the stone that she held was bound to her bloodline, and in doing so, Glacia fused with hers. So it's basically Callista's, Glacia's, which is essentially what you have both of, was what prevented that particular stone, as devils are quite particular. However, you know Erendor held that, I guess. So yeah, and she would have told you this. Any other questions about it? I think you knew most of this come through. She clearly will tell you that essentially what she takes is not souls. Your souls, she doesn't care. She doesn't care because you're basically already hers. Your lineage, she wants you to have children and continue the line so that she has that tether to the mortal plane that she gets through the bloodline. What she would steal is things like memory, trust, love, certainty, things that you value that she could steal from you, and you can interpret that however you like. But yeah, any question?
No.
Okay, cool.
Well, many and let's move on for now.
Okay. All right, we'll dive back in then. So, Callista explains this link. Glacia tells you what it is she desires and how her power manifests. the deals that were struck and why, and how your whole bloodline was able to continue passing the stone down through generations against all odds, ignoring that of the whispers of Fervus, which you know can corrupt those who attune to the stones. And as she talks to you, you see that Erendor looks to you. Ash, we do not have much time.
Can I try and get closer, or does he?
You can
seem to
move.
be
You can
more
move
discom-
freely. You can
No,
move
no, no.
freely.
Yeah, but I want to know if I start to move closer, does he seem to be in more discomfort?
He looks concerned looking around, but he doesn't stop you.
I don't know if I don't know what this is. Like, I don't know if I can get over this.
It is a tree. It's basically a tree that's fallen and there's a hole underneath it and you can see him through the gap on the other side.
Oh, so I can go underneath the tree.
Yes, as you move closer, you can see around him is this shadow like vine structure that sort of moves and twirls around him. He looks around at the fog and the rain, and as you get to about here, you notice that the vines the vines of the tree begin to block you and prevent you from stepping any closer. You're in this darkness, there's nothing around you. Callista and Glacia look from behind you. And you just see Erendor looks to you. He begins to step towards you, and as he takes a step forward, you hear in the distance, as he goes to lift his foot and move closer, as his eyes meet yours and you see his face for the first time. You've never seen him like this. He looks disheveled, he looks gaunt, he looks scared, and he looks regretful towards you. There's sorrow and pain in his eyes that you never saw. And as he goes to step towards you, somewhere beyond the trees behind him, you hear wings beating violently towards you. Erendor suddenly looks upwards in panic. The shadows around him and the roots begin to writhe faster. You see the sort of veins climb up his skin over towards his face, towards his eyes. He just says, Ash, run, run, as the forest erupts. Your vision, your dream breaks into darkness as crows fall through darkness around you. You hear them almost like battering against a wall. You hear the feathers flicking against what can only be the edge of your mind as thousands of crows burst screaming from the darkness all at once. The lantern that was there that he held extinguishes instantly, and the violet fire and moonlight behind you, violent fire, not violet fire, sorry, behind you almost tear apart beneath this storm of black wings just beating. And somewhere in the chaos, you hear something laugh. Just a chuckle. It's it's not Erendor, not Glacia. It's something older, hungrier. And that's when Judge sees you as you wake, gasping for air, the sweat running down your temple. But you're here in the forest as I accidentally created a folder. Didn't want to do that. There we go. Let me change the music. Yeah, as you return to the others, as I would say, Judge, you definitely see her first, and you can see she's visibly uncomfortable. What do you do? As you've returned back to the campfire and see that it's only her.
I think Judge is more worried about the fact that someone's gone missing
Mhm.
So I think he's kind of looking around, just trying to get an idea of how long was he out and how long did this guy have a chance to actually leave
Yeah.
and to run off.
I will tell you, based purely on the surrounding area that you're looking at and the campfire and how low the fire's got now, it's impossible to tell what time it is, as the light doesn't really reach through the canopy above you. Neither sun nor moon never seems to fully arrive here in Umbrasia. What you... Actually, can I have a perception check from you, please? And whilst you're doing that, can I ask what the others are doing? Are you still asleep in this moment? As Ashira, I would say she jumps awake, like she sits up rapidly, and you would all hear the rapid breathing of just like panic as she does so. You're probably alerted. You have got your full long rest, including Ashira.
Yeah, I guess I'll keep looking around, and as people start waking up, I'll just kind of have my steed bring over, I guess, rations to each of them.
Mhm.
And just have them kind of start passing out rations to the others.
You judge with a 24 on perception. You notice what appears to be footprints left in the grass. They don't appear to be widely spread out. They look like simple walk has gone through here.
Does it look fresh? Does it look like he left maybe very, very...
They're
not
slightly
too long
faint.
ago, but...
They're slightly faint
Right.
footprints, but
Okay.
you can definitely get a sense of the direction that they're headed in. In
Okay.
terms of how long they've been there.
Is
I'll
it
ask you for a
muddy
nature
out here, or
check.
is it like...
It's raining. The
Okay.
storm has followed you over from Paramora. There's rain that hits the ground, but it breaks through the tree line, so it has to sort of... It goes through the trees and then reaches
I
the
guess
ground.
I'll just try to see if the ground underneath where he stepped is dry, or is it still pretty wet?
It's quite with an 11. It's definitely wet. The rain seems to be slowly softening the grass and the ground.
Okay.
Yep. I will say, the fog around you is quite thick, as there's sort of a humidity in the air, and you feel like you really don't have the best bearings. When you look at part of the forest with your perception of 24 looking around, you don't remember certain trees being in certain places. It's like they've moved, which is kind of eerie.
Okay.
We were informed that this forest has a tendency to shift and change, right?
You were, yes. Jinglethorn let you know.
Then I would say that as Diego wakes up, being handed rations from the mouth of the steed, because he doesn't have hands, right? So
Oswald, yeah.
he's just like, thank you. Okay. And then like I would look for my compass.
Mhm.
Was it taken or was it left with us?
You still have it.
Okay. I'll look at my compass, and the last time we first got here, I checked the compass for the direction of north, because we were told to split up and go true north.
Mhm.
I'd like to see if the same true north is in the same point that we were at when we were here before we slept.
Yep. As you look to your compass, it is slightly off to the left now, as if you've moved 25 degrees or so. It appears to
Okay.
have changed slightly.
So we've moved like northeast,
Correct.
like we've tilted.
Yes. Yeah.
I'll keep an eye on that, but for now I'll pack my compass away.
Mhm.
I'll start packing my things up, eat this ration, sort of like climb out of this. There's like we're in like an overhang, right?
Yeah,
some
it's
sort.
basically a cliff, and you've sort of like got the under part there, so you're shielded from the rain. It's dry. It's not quite a cave, but you've got a bit of cover from the main area.
And, and you're calling it a cliff, but is it? I'm imagining it more like mossy and grassy, so
Correct.
rather than like a
Yes,
stone,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I sort of like clamber out from under there, shake my hair as it just arranges itself perfectly,
Of course.
and then step out. And yeah, just sort of like look around, realizing that Zelentrus isn't here.
You
Would
would
I
see
guess
that.
I would notice that?
Yeah, immediately. And Ashira looks visibly shaken. I'd say you probably got out around the same time that she sort of shook herself awake.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Judge is like checking tracks on the floor that I can see, like besides us. What's Elirr doing right now?
Good question. What is Elirr doing?
I mean, Elias just kind of like packing his stuff, getting ready for the day. He was busy attuning to the book last night.
Okay.
I guess he would then start also. Like, we were in a cave, not in tents or whatever, right?
You were sort of like
start
covered,
getting-
but not intense. Yeah, you had like a little area to yourselves, a safe place for the evening next to a campfire.
Yeah, start getting ready, seeing the others move around and seeing that also that
Zell's gone.
Zell is gone.
Yeah.
What happened? Do you guys know where Zell went? And he just asked.
No, I think Judge is looking into it. I just realized he wasn't here myself. He did not speak to any of us, no?
I don't think
Nothing.
so.
How do we see Ashira? What is Ashira doing as she wakes
Yeah.
from this?
I think she's just sort of sat upright and was sort of panting for a second. And then starts to tune into what's actually being said and then pats her side and then is like, where is Zell? How long, what time is it? What's going on?
Does my steed relay to me that he just saw Zell vanish of sorts and just kind of, because he was keeping an eye on them, he didn't sleep.
He would say that he tried to wake you. Actually, you know what? He'll say, you're back. Bro, I tried to wake you, bro. I don't know what you were doing, but he's gone off somewhere. Your friend, the purple one. I don't know, bro. I tried to wake you, but you
Did
just
he-
stood there.
Did he see Zell just vanish out of thin air, or is it more like he just
Well,
was looking
it was
around and
strange.
suddenly...
He was talking to his rat friend, and then he just disappeared. I didn't see him go anywhere. And then I tried to get your attention, and I couldn't, because you were like, I don't know, it was like a short circuit or something. And so I just came back and started watching the others, and that's what I've been doing, I guess. You would see
Great.
that there is the vestige is there, where you know where Zell was. He does appear to be sat next to you, Ashira.
Okay.
Hmm?
V, where is Zell?
I don't know. Can it talk?
I don't know. Can it talk to me?
You tell us.
Can it
do.
talk?
You have this
could.
block, stat block.
I need to check actually,
It's
because
gonna be so funny.
I
I
handed a stick so it can write on the ground.
vestige, patron, warlock, vestige, talk? Question mark. Let me check this because this is a very good point. I don't know if it can talk.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
When you ask out whether you can talk to vestige, you can talk to them. The patron is just as you would any other NPC or companion. And someone's vestige. Apparently, it can just talk of its own right, like a normal NPC. Yeah, the vestige patron features a physical vestige companion that manifests in the real world. It functions as an external creature rather than a voice stuck inside the warlock's head. So therefore, I'm going to rule that it can talk. If it can't, I'm sorry, it can now. We play it, we go with it. As, he looks up to you. And, he says, essentially, "Oh, hi, I don't believe we've spoken. I speak on behalf of Azulara. Master Zell, he got up and he told me to stay here and watch you and to stay with the group, and that he had to go home, and then he just left. Suddenly. But he said to me that he realized he'd made mistakes, that he'd wasn't sure, that it didn't matter whether she can be mine, or that he needed her in his life, that I was told to stay here, and I don't know. He told me he was tired and walked that way," as he points where the footprints seem to lead.
Do you happen to know how long ago that was?
In a couple of hours, at least. You were all just going out cold, and then...
Just?
Well, you all lay down after your beverages, which you didn't share with me, and then he got up suddenly after just falling asleep. He woke up and began to...
So like 8 hours ago?
Maybe 6 or 7.
That is... Why didn't you tell any of us? Why did you not wake us?
He said just to watch over you and stay with you. So I did that. Master Zell instructed me to do so. He said not to follow. That he was going home.
What do you mean going home?
Did he leave any of his stones? Did he leave anything?
Master Zell keeps the relic with him at all times. Though I believe he doesn't carry any other stones beside the one of which I am the conduit.
Well, he did say that the forest would speak to us as the Jingletone, right? I believe that out of all people, it would be him that gets lost in here. He's been lost in here before.
Perhaps. I am to stay with you. But it was strange. He was so tired, yet he decided to walk away. He looked confused. Dazed. Different. What do you guys do?
Well, we can't linger on that too long. We got stuff to do. We got a place to be.
I'm actually a bit fed up.
We all.
What? Haven't we got something like really important to fucking do here? And everyone's like, oh, let's bury the dead of some villagers that we just crushed under the ship. Oh, let's go for a wander back fucking home. You know what? Why don't we just fuck this off ourselves and not even bother?
Hey. We're in too deep now to be just messing out here. Look, we are in a random woods forest in the place. This man who apparently should have stayed with us knew more about than we do, and now he's gone. So now we need to just gather our bearings. We still have a grove to go deal with, and we just find our way there. I mean, obviously, I bet Jinglethorn will meet us there.
The four of us? What,
why not?
Walk in and go, ding dong, bitches, we're here. Like, what do we expect to do, huh?
We need what we're expected to do. We're expected to go finish this thing.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Let me just remind you one thing. We have the Feathercast brother and sister, who are like supposedly some magical people that can summon beings from other planes. We've got Maxwell, a vampiric being with a vampiric army. We've got
Yeah.
the Erendor and his cock-sucking raven man. We've got
Yeah.
I hate all of this.
Hey, and you know what I got,
stupid
Diego?
thing.
I got a hammer with all 3 of their names on it, and whoever else wants to be in that dang
Great.
grove.
Have you got 3 hammers with all 3 of their names on? Have you got 3
Hey,
arms to
this
swing
hammer
all
can
3
take
of them?
multiple names on it.
What
And
am I
you know
meant to
what?
do? What am I meant to
Well,
do?
you're meant to do what you've been doing the entire time, Diego, and that is healing. Just like the rest of you guys all have jobs. We all have a place on this team. Now just take a deep breath. We still have, we have each other. And not only that, we have 2 stones and a dream, all right? Now, I don't know about you. You guys can go off back to that
we have
town
2
if you want.
stones.
Well, I have the one.
So
and
where's
we
the other?
obviously... Well, I'd hope someone's carrying it. Wait, you have it.
Zelentrus.
Zell gave it to you, weirdo.
You don't know that.
I do, because he did it right in front of all of us.
I have hidden
While
it
you were-
extremely well on my person and
No.
have luckily rolled to see what it is. I remember, but I will not tell anyone.
Okay. Well, there, you have it. Good. See, 2 stones in a dream. Now, you guys can, if you really want to go off, turn around, go back to the town. But I'm going to that damn grove.
You know, if I may, I don't think we just going there ourselves. We need to, stay on the course, right? And just everyone else gonna catch up before
Oh,
we.
oh,
get there,
great.
Hopefully.
Let's just hope we don't work into anything on the way there, huh?
Look, Diego.
If we do,
We slept
be able-
middle of the day. It is now the middle of the night.
Look, it doesn't matter.
I can't see in the dark. Can any of you?
Hey.
I don't even know where you are, Judge.
can-
I'm looking at darkness.
I can make
cast
some
dancing
light.
lights so we can see.
Oh,
stuff.
shit.
And we have that as well.
There is also still like the embers of the fireplace. Like you're not completely, but yeah.
Hi.
By the way, speaking of being unprepared, Judge, you gave me this ring of spell storing before, and kind of hands it back to you. Since the book is kind of awakened, I pretty much have my hands full now. I can't really use.
Alright, that's fine. Thank you for handing it back at least. Alright, look. Has anyone else got any other complaints? Or we ready to do this thing? We got the dancing lights. We'll be fine. Just stick close to me, stick close to my steed, and we'll be okay. And I think
No
as I
complaints,
say
it's
that,
just
Oh.
probably should share some information with you guys. I saw Erendor in my dream earlier.
How do you guys always have to? I don't know how.
They related to the goddess of the rings, I think. It maybe comes with that.
Oh, that
um,
has it.
Essentially, he warned us not to go to the grove. We are going to go, of course, but
So
Celestria was there as well, and she explained that Callista had made a deal with her, a similar one that was offered to me. But the price she paid was to keep a mortal connection, I suppose, through our bloodline. But it is the reason that we have been able to carry the Starlight Stone without getting corrupted. It is the reason that Erendor did get corrupted when he touched it.
well, do you think he warned you about Grove because his little mind control girlfriend told him not to, or because he's generally?
He is scared. He is petrified. He's not well in himself. And he said he didn't want to have to choose between two something. And then said he didn't want to lose me also. I think the other is his sister.
So what do you want about him?
I I want to let him live if I can. But it might be better. It might be better to kill him. I don't want to. But he is
So,
suffering.
What's really his position? Do we know? Is he cursed? Is he, I don't know, lost or possessed?
I'm not sure. It seems that Naya is bound to him. I don't know how to release a spirit beast from someone's brain, but they are the
Would we
same.
somehow? Oh, that kind of thing.
Well, I tried to pick Jinglethorn's brain, but he didn't even know. But it's supposed to be one of the most educated men, no?
You guys could do a history check if you'd like to, on what you know about spirit beasts.
Well, I would love to.
I will tell you, you
25.
come across some stuff which could be interesting. Okay, so a 9 from Diego,
Fine.
a 9 from Ashira, a 25.
As I do the history check, can I pull out the book?
Yeah?
And I would like to use the, God damn it, what's it called again? The Hollow Echo
Okay.
on with the rift, with the book.
So how does this work? Describe it to me.
So I guess I open the book,
Mhm.
and I asked, "Are you listening?"
You hear...
Well, I guess I don't need to write it anymore, right? Like,
Yeah, you don't need to write it. You just talk to it, and you hear in your mind, "Well, good day, sir. How might I be of assistance to you?"
Well, have you been listening to our conversation? You do listen lots, right?
Well,
And I say
tend
that
to
out loud so they can hear.
You guys all hear him, as in Elirr, talking to a book. I must say, whilst the cover is closed, I don't tend to peer into your conversations too much. Mind you, I will admit that I am curious what you're up to. What
So
is it I
do
can
you-
help you with?
Do you know about spirit beasts and how they might be connecting to champions or something?
Well,
Naira in particular.
Naya. Ah, yes. Of course, the spirit beast crow. The crow spirit beast. I would know a little about beast itself. It's rumored that that beast was imprisoned in some form. Many of the spirit beasts, as you would know, are in some way tied to an oath-bound relic or otherwise anchored to this plane of existence. Naya the Crow probably is as well. And I would say with your history check of 25, Elirr, what you remember very clearly as you're thinking about what you know about spirit beasts, which is what you said to me, you remember that at the Grove of Luna, to talk to Luriel, Sylas had to use a stone. The Stone of Luriel. I would say, because you guys have been traveling, and obviously a lot happened in Stonehaven, Sylas would have told you that his mission at the Grove of Sylvana is to bring the Stone of Luriel, to bring the spirit beast of Luriel and the essence to the Grove of Sylvana. So you would know that with your history check of 25, that they are often in some way, shape, or form tied to a stone or relic. At least that's the history that you have.
Mr. Book, I have a question. Do you know what stone thing, anchor thingy would be attached to now? Do we know what to look out for? What does it look like?
Just for clarity, Diego, he speaks to me in mind, but he listens to us. But I will, like, he hears you. I can relay what.
I would say that as you hear it, Elirr, if the pages are open, the words probably also form on the page. Like his train of thought actively read out. So you can all see that.
So
Okay, so I can still talk to him.
Yes, but only
Cool.
Elirr can hear it. So what
I
was
will
the
put
question,
the book
sorry?
in the middle so you can read.
The question is, what stone or anchor was tied to Naya? If we know what the lunar one is, do they know?
Well, I must admit, the lore around Naya is particularly clouded. However, in my studies as a keeper of balance, I came across mentions of one of the first keepers, Sylvinia Roydanis. Keeper of balance, said to have been an Asimar who was a champion of Althea, the goddess of life. It is understood that when Purvis was imprisoned all those years ago, that the sever between Purvis and the Crow was severed. At that time, there was an inkling of conversation in my research that suggested what remained of the beast was encased within a stone, though its whereabouts and location were never found or spoken of. None of the keepers kept track. None of the other keepers I'd spoken to, nor any literature I'd found, ever referred to the beast or its location. I'm sorry if that can't be of more help, good chum. I try my best.
Well,
I'm sorry, what does Sylvana have to do with the Vervis and the tether breaking?
Supposedly, she felt sorry for the spirit beasts back in those days. It's very much possible that, as the goddess of life, may have seen pity on the beasts left behind. She was the one that led the keepers to these oathbound relics. It's highly possible, and my theory has been that perhaps she would have known where the location of the relic was, though she passed well beyond our time. Those were the only leads I had.
But if the gods encased and trapped Furthis, would the gods not know what the anchor was for the Crow? For Naya? If they had severed the connection as well, right?
It would make sense that that is the case. However,
I'll ask the gods.
it is worth noting that Purvis and his chaotic nature has a tendency to conceal that. I had
They
tried
severed-
to reach out to Thalassor as the champion back in my time. The god of storms would not peer in to the spirit beasts, not even those of Luriel. Assigned to that of Luna, there was a privacy he could not break. For whatever reason, Naya could not be located. I could not see him. I could not track him, unlike the other spirit beasts. Something kept him hidden. It was as though a deceit kept me from seeing it.
I have a follow-up question. Oh, go ahead.
Would you, does that refer to him being in some kind of relic or stone? Or is it more possible, as Ashira says, that there's someone jumping host?
It's more than likely the case that, to put it simply, each of the divine beasts, the spirit beasts that roam Celestria, are imparted with some celestial energy. Therefore, they cannot be destroyed. Though they are below the power of the gods above, their entity cannot be deleted or destroyed from this plane of existence. It can merely be trapped. I have witnessed conversations about a similar entity, that of Vorathkar, your friend who walked off earlier. He tends to...
Did you see him
about
walk
him.
off?
Oh yes, he went behind you. I've followed his footprints.
So why the fuck didn't you say anything?
I can't unless I'm spoken to. Besides, he was unconscious. Anything I said purely got the occasional coo in response.
We were sleeping, I guess. Deeply.
It was as though he was
Ugh.
drugged in some way.
Diego?
Are you implying that I have drugged you, Elirr?
Well, we all had drink. We all seem to have not noticed our...
So,
Well-
Elirr, just to make me 100% clear,
Yeah.
we have traveled together for the past few months, fighting side by side, saving one another's lives, and you now question whether or not I have drugged you.
You never gave us drink and then we all fell asleep?
I've never given you a drink before. Do you not forget
With
all of
us
those
falling
blue eagles
asleep
we have drank?
immediately afterwards.
You know what? Today I do not like people. And I'll just walk off to the edge.
on person?
But yeah, he...
Did you not drug us, Diego, my friend?
I did not drug you.
Inside, please.
Insight check as well.
Insight check, absolutely.
I feel like Shira's too busy.
Yep,
Okay.
Ashira's got a lot on her mind.
Twenty
That makes
one.
sense.
17.
17 from Diego, a 21 from Elirr. I'm going to ask, Diego, do you consider it that you drugged them or that you gave them an aid to fall asleep?
Diego does not believe that he drugged them in the sense of intoxicating them. He merely added a little something to the drinks to try and help people sleep after a hard day. He sees it as a way of aiding the party. But technically, yes, he did. So I guess Elirr would see not any hesitation or anything along those lines, but Diego is probably more short than he normally is, which means he probably doesn't want the conversation to go on any longer. Is probably what Elirr picks up.
Yep.
Diego, I guess you were trying to ease our minds in this scary wood situation, and is that maybe... Did you add something to drink? In good conscience, I'm not mad.
I've already walked off to the edge of
I'd
where I can
say
see.
you just hear Elirr as you get further away from him. You just
Don't
hear the-
respond. I've walked off.
Okay, sure.
Either way, it's the best sleep you have all had. Mind you, that chap looked rather tired when he, well, popped off. I saw the footsteps appear, but didn't actually witness him leaving.
So, do you think there's ways to gather more insight on spirit beasts? Like, you do have ways, is it?
Well,
Spell in the book.
spirit beasts tend to have links to the gods. The gods would definitely be the right source to ask. It's getting them to answer that has always been the trouble. Perhaps
Well,
Nair could be hidden by that of its gods. It's uncertain to say, but I believe I read into Kenku as well, and there appears to be a link. Aside from that, I don't have any other connections with Nair or other sources of information for you, at least not at this time. What I would say is their power level is quite beyond that of your standard Keeper of Balance. Even Master Jinglethorn, my apprentice, probably stands no match. Be careful.
okay. Well, thanks you anyway, I guess.
Anytime. I'm always here. As can I please have a wisdom saving throw from Diego?
A wisdom saving throw?
Yep.
Okie dokie. Sorry, I just gotta find my sheet again. Here it is.
DC 15.
19.
Very nice. Yeah, you hear through the forest, clear as day, as if it's about 100 feet, or maybe 25 feet away from you. You hear your father's voice. And it's, how could you do this to me? I did this for you, Diego. And then silence.
Diego looks out into the forest in a huff from the previous conversation and in a huff from the conversation before that. And he goes, oh, you can fuck off, dude.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
We'll just hear Diego shouting into the darkness.
You can fuck off, dude.
Short question to the DM.
Yes.
I was intending to use the spell Whispering Rift.
Okay.
That conversation was not like, is it?
Let me have a quick look at it. So Whispering Rift is the homebrew spell that allows Elirr to open a temporary rift, glimpse a moment from the magical past. More narrative than mechanical, may reveal secrets and show past events. You can do this. Is it once per day? I believe it's once per day. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or would I have to specifically cast the spell from?
It won't be a spell slot. It'll just be, it's a once per day thing that your book can do.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be very specific on what you're asking it to show you.
Okay.
And it would have to be something that the keeper has knowledge on or has seen.
Yeah, but essentially already told us that doesn't.
Yeah, so if you want to use it, you
Right.
can. Otherwise, you could save it again, but it's up to you. I will let you know that if you use it, it may release dangerous energy if it's uncontrolled, so there will be a save involved when you do this. He can also... Yeah, you would basically get a glimpse of something in the past.
I guess I will tell the other two, which are still there. So I could try the book more about the Nair or any other connection, or like how we could possibly save Elendor if that's what we want to try do. Or, but it might be dangerous. Like it's kind of experimental magic.
I don't mean this in a bad way. Maybe it's smart not to do something that could put us in danger out here. I wouldn't want to cause problems with only half a group. So.
Sure, I guess it's safe, especially after this conversation, and Diego seems really troubled. Maybe we should just
Yeah.
get going and
We should.
stay on the safe side.
Okay,
So he closes the book and starts getting.
very nice. Anytime, see you later, as you close the book. And I would say that though we've only been here a short time, I think now is a good time for us to take a quick 5-minute break, get some drinks, run to the bathroom, etc. And then we'll pick up with you guys potentially following the footsteps. I think that's what you're going to do, but we'll see. Yeah, so we will be right back. And we're back. So, we left off with a couple of discussions taking place, the faint footsteps in the grass. You had your compass out, Diego, that shows you that you've moved positions. Ashira, you had this nightmare dream, ? That woke you suddenly. Elirr spoke to the book. Judge, you have the sense of urgency and duty to follow on and make a move. What is it you guys do?
Well, Ashira, maybe we should just keep going and we consider the options, what we can or cannot do.
Yeah, it's fine. We should prioritize the mission, right? But perhaps, Diego, would you want to try and contact Cel?
If you want me to.
My grandfather tried to scry on me here and it didn't work, so you could be wasting resources if it doesn't
I
work.
think maybe it's according to what Jingleton said and what we know with Woods, and maybe he just, a slip of mind of sorts, and he will come back to senses and turn around to find us. He knows where the vessel is, right?
He knows where the mission is.
He knows where it is, but the woods will, not guide him.
It's no different than we are right now. We can't trust the woods, obviously. He knew that better than the rest of us. Look,
But we have Diego and a magical compass. He does not.
True. I think, look, at the end of the day, Zell will make his way to us one way or another.
All compasses point north, so, I wouldn't say it's magical, it just, it points north.
Well, maybe it stays true and is not affected by...
Also, your compass always comes back to you. I would say it's pretty magical.
Can you say that word one more time?
Oh, wait a minute.
Say the word.
I look at the compass, and I concentrate really hard and think of going inside of the compass.
Yeah, you look at it, and you focus really hard.
North, 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 north!
And you notice that the needle moves slightly.
No, it's not like Zellstone.
Too bad.
I'll put it back in my pocket.
Let's trust what it says and find our position or location we need to go.
Look, there's only one place I know we need to go, and that's toward the grove. So until we get there, I guess we're not really going to know where we are until something changes, right?
Do you want me to lead? I can see, kind of.
You can see? Well, I mean, Elirr has his dancing lights up. I'm sure all of us can see right now.
Well,
Is that a smart idea?
They kind of light around us.
Hey, at this point,
right?
I don't think... I mean, we're lost in the forest, just the four of us. We have no sense of where we are. We lost a man to the forest. I don't think it get any worse than this. I don't care anymore.
Ashira's gonna get her hempen rope out and start tying all of us in a line.
Do not
so
tie
that-
me. No.
Like it is the
Yeah,
first
I
time that
don't-
you have
I'm
been
not-
tied. Come on. You
Listen,
can
if
even
we
close
get
your eyes.
attacked,
I do not want to be
I don't
tied to
wanna
all
be-
of you.
Yeah.
No, one
if
of
I
us.
get attacked.
No.
I could
Diego, why are you being stroppy right now? Do you want to get lost in the woods too?
If you tie me to Elirr, then both me and Elirr have limited movability in these woods. Out of all of us here, I need the most maneuverability.
Look, just stay close to each other, all right? And we won't have to use rope. If anything wrong happens, we'll go from there. I just think tying rope to each of us could be problematic if we need to run in a really quick fashion. Because some people can move faster than me, other people can move
we
faster
all
than each
get
other.
on your mountain, maybe?
I don't think I can get on my mount, but I'm sure one of y'all can sit on my mount if you want.
Going through the forests, surely there will not be enough room for 4 people to be mounted on the back of this huge beast.
Exactly, he is
Here,
massive.
Here, Ashira, how about you hop on him? I'll
Just
hop on
walk.
my
Fucking walk. Go! Diego just starts walking
You
into
know
the
what?
woods.
same.
Into the
Yeah.
darkness. Just
Same.
walk.
I have.
You're walking.
I
There's a
have the-
tree there. Oh,
You're
okay.
heading
I have
north.
the-
You're heading north?
No.
No.
Can I just-
No, why would we head north? We're heading south.
Okay.
I would
Elirr.
actually argue probably southeast a little bit.
East? East.
East.
I would.
South. Southeast.
Southeast.
Let's come to Elirr. Elirr, what is it you're doing?
My dancing lights will create a little shape what is 120 feet? So
Okay.
let's say 80 feet in front of us.
Okay.
Kind of like I don't know, a little deer walking the path.
Okay,
And
kind of
like
like
to-
for lack of a better term, like the Harry Potter Patronus kind of leading
Yeah,
you through the woods.
yeah.
I like it a lot. Very cool. Let's go with that. Yeah. So you guys all see dancing lights up ahead. And how far ahead are you putting it?
Let's say like 80. So it's a bit ahead of us, so people don't necessarily associate with us
Mhm.
with it. Sorry, X.
80 feet. Okay.
And we get some light, we get some guiding light,
Mhm.
so to speak. And Ashira, you can still see around us, like whatever is dark, right? So you warn us, and we follow light in direction we need to go, since we know where north is.
Okay.
Okay.
So we go south or something.
So you guys start
I
making
intertwine
your way.
arms with Diego because he has the compass, and start walking after he brushes himself off. It's just me.
As we are walking, I'll just quickly take out these 2 platinum rings. I've made 3 of them. I'll take 2 of them out, and I'll hand one to Ashira, one to Diego.
Okay.
I do not want to do this right
No,
now. Or,
no, just wear it. It's something that I have the capability of doing. Don't worry about it. Just trust it. Leave it on. Don't do anything about it.
But platinum's not my color.
I don't care. It's just a fancy ring.
I put it on my pinky.
Oh, yeah. Just in combat, just one of y'all get close, within touching range, and it's just a bond. It's a bond that I can create. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
So are we like engaged now? Do you?
No, please no. Yeah, just no. That's not how that works.
Well, it
Should we
wasn't on
get
my bingo
go?
card. All right,
Okay.
let's move.
So you guys start making your way through the forest. Heading southeast, question mark?
Southeast.
Southeast. Okay, so a little bit to the southeast. Okay, cool.
Because from my knowledge, we entered via this part of the forest here.
Yeah.
And we camped only an hour or so in. So if north is true north, and my compass is right,
Mm-hmm.
southeast would be in line with where the grove is.
Yeah. Okay.
That makes
I
sense,
like
right?
the logic. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I would say that you guys notice as you walk through that the fog remains really thick between the trees, and it's as though, as you're following sort of this guidance towards southeast, you notice that the soil is softer, the ground is softer, the grass, it's got like a moisture to it, and the fog is quite thick. It gets thicker as you move through the forest. Can I have a wisdom saving throw from everybody, please? As you walk through this, you see that the deer like fog
Is
lights ahead of you.
Is everyone within 10 feet of me?
Would say
It's
probably.
dark.
imagine
and
so,
we're
right?
close to
Everyone
Ashira.
everyone gets a plus 2 to their rolls.
Cool.
Cool, mine was an 11.
Nice.
14, I guess.
Okay, so
16.
14,
Oh my
16,
God.
11,
Oh
and
my
9.
God,
Oh my
guys.
God.
Okay.
One.
Diego, to everybody but Ashira, you hear what sounds like rustling
Great.
in the woods around you, running towards you, as if something is running at you.
I'll just point at Oswald and I'll shoot him out towards whatever I hear running. Just have him run out there towards it.
I close my eyes and pretend it's not there, as I'm still linked with Ashira and just keep walking.
Okay. Ashira, you
Judge, what do you?
you see Judge just point, and Oswald just starts sprinting through hedges.
Judge, what are you doing?
I just heard something out there. Did you not hear that?
You just hear a boom, 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 and then This is a giant ram-shaped hole in like a tree trunk as he runs straight through the like trunk of a tree.
I hear
Didn't ask
Oswald
me to do
walking
that.
through trees.
You pointed
Well,
him
hey,
into
that's
the
what you-
darkness.
I just told him to go check it out. Just tell him go that way. Check it out. Not to start breaking down trees.
Well, it sounded
How far
like
do I
something-
go?
I get in the middle lake. I'm just like, just come back. Just come back. Do you see anything out there? Do you
It's
see
like-
anything?
He's like the Kool-Aid guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. It's very dark, bro.
What? Why were you just running out there? I told you. Just check it out. That's all I meant. Let's just check it out.
I can't see anything.
Oh my! What is your problem?
Well, Ashira,
Are you okay? You just broke through a tree. Like that's gotta hurt.
Yeah, it's a rotten tree, I guess. I couldn't see it because it's dark and I can't see in the
Just
dark.
come back. Just make your way. Turn around. Come back this way.
Okay, come back. There squidges through the hole that it made in the tree trunk.
Oh.
well,
Now I'm
Ashira,
glad that we're not riding him.
Ashira, you're very perceptive, right? Didn't you hear them noise like something running at us, towards us?
No, I'm just concerned that I'm the only one who didn't hear it. But I didn't hear anything or see anything.
Well, maybe Zell heard something.
That's
Well-
what I'm concerned about.
The night when Zell went away, I also was hearing voices in the forest. It's great.
Okay.
Great time.
As-
Oh,
Let's stay-
okay.
As they say that, can I take out the book and use Echo Sense
Yeah,
to detect magic?
sure. You take your sentient book, the Codex of the Hollow Wind, out from your backpack or from your side, and you
Well,
are
I guess
using.
As I use it, I ask it, show me what magic surrounds us, what harms.
So once per long rest, the wielder can cast Detect Magic. That's essentially what this does. Without expending a spell slot, this tome glows softly and automatically records magical auras it detects in its margins. It basically will write it down on the page to you rather than talk to you, but he will say, "Oh, right away." As you see, it glows faintly, enough for you to read the words on the page. As you see, it just says, I think I need to just double check Detect Magic
Yeah.
as the spell.
I can.
Hold on.
I can
I've
put
got it
in the
here.
chat
I
if you like.
just want to make sure I get it exactly right because I'm pretty sure how it works. I just want to double check. And the wording on it. Thank you. So, 30 feet of yourself. If you sense such effects, you can take magic damage. Okay, cool. So the mist around you gives off a faint aura around the book. It seems to be that that's what it's located as, a source of sorts, and it's a psychic type magic.
Is the mist like? Is there any wind in the vicinity? Is it affected at all by that? Like,
Doesn't
would I
it
be
doesn't
able
appear to
sense
be a
something
wind
like that?
through here. You can definitely try and like feel it, but it's like a fog that just is in the area here.
Okay.
I will say that one of the key things I was looking at is the spell is blocked by 1 foot of stone, dirt or wood, 1 inch of metal, or thin sheet of lead. Well, so you basically get the vicinity around you within that 30 feet, but not through like the cliff or the ground beneath you, for example.
Well, seems like the mist itself is magical, so I don't know what's causing it, but yeah, we should be.
We knew that
very-
already, didn't we? That was the whole point of this forest. The forest moves, you hear things, you see things.
Yeah.
So we shouldn't trust things we hear.
Why don't
Well-
we make a rule that if we hear something, we check with everyone if they also heard it.
Sounds good.
What if all of us hear it?
Then we
Then
screwed,
we
but
proceed
whatever.
with caution.
I think we should just proceed with caution.
No matter what.
Indefinitely.
Yeah,
Yes.
indefinitely. That should be our object.
Okay.
Well, let's keep going.
Let's keep moving.
Remember, it's the middle of the night, so
All right.
that's when most things are probably out.
How long do you guys walk along here? Do you just keep walking straight following this compass? Is that how you're navigating here?
Yeah, well,
Yeah, every little while we'll check the compass.
Cool. I would say
And
that
if it's one
as
off course,
you
we'll redirect.
as you continue, you notice that you start to veer. The compass starts to change ever so slightly, like it's slowly moving, kind of like a clock. The hands of a clock. It slowly moves as if it's trying to push you into a different direction. But you adjust as you go. Yeah.
Yeah, we're moving in a direction. We will continue that direction.
Okay.
If you're saying that after I don't know, 20 minutes of walking, we check the compass and north is in a different direction, then we know that the forest is trying to move us somewhere else.
Yep. So you'll stay the course of south-southeast. Perfect. Yeah, you notice that you adjust the course, and as you do so, you notice that you feel like you're going back on yourself, but the forest just looks so similar. It looks all the same. You feel like you turn around a tree and that you're heading back, but you know that you're still heading south-southeast. And as you do so, you feel like the fog once again is now even thicker, to the point where the dancing lights in the distance has a blur to it because you can visibly feel it. There's a moisture in the air. Can I have a wisdom saving throw from everybody, please, once again? As you have now been traveling for a considerable amount of time. I'd say that it's, though time, you can't tell exactly how long it's been, your legs feel like they've been walking for hours.
oh yeah, Oswald.
So I guess 22.
Yeah, if it's a +2 still, then
Oswald
yeah.
is 17.
17 for Oswald.
7.
I have a 9.
A 9 for
14.
Judge. A 7 for Diego. A 14 for Ashira, but a 20 for Elirr. Yeah. Judge, Diego, and Ashira, the three of you hear what sounds like a cry for help in the distance, almost like someone's being attacked by something. And it is like ear-piercing. It is like
Male or
horrendous.
female?
Female.
It's not us. Keep going.
What up? What's wrong, Diego?
There's screaming. We just keep going.
There is no screen.
We just keep going.
Okay, great. We keep going.
No, we keep going.
See, the rule system works. Although it is scary.
There will always be one of us that succeeds.
Do I?
These
Do I?
horrors in the night. Always.
You're saying we noticing the dancing lights kind of blurry more.
Yeah, because the fog is so
Yeah,
thick that it looks like it's...
I guess I would pull it back a little bit so it's a bit closer, so hopefully it becomes a bit more clear.
Yeah, I'd say you're in what feels like such a humid part of the forest because of this mist or the fog that's in the air. It's almost like you're in a steam room where there's just like this cloud of moisture between you and there, and you can feel it when you breathe.
I have had a thought.
Alright.
If the fog is getting thicker, maybe it is due to the fact that we are closer to the source.
Ah, I like that. That's a good thought
Maybe
process.
this is a good thing.
So we just keep moving. Thank you.
We
Well,
into the thick of
onwards.
it, as they say.
Yeah.
Well, you say it's a good thing because we're getting closer, but kind of us getting closer is not a good thing. But sure, let's.
Hey,
It is a good thing in terms of our destination.
yes. Yeah.
You
Let's keep moving.
guys... I'd say, Ashira, with your passive perception of 19, you definitely notice that the path that you're walking on has been walked before. And recently. Like, the hedges... You walk between a tree and it looks like the path has sort of been stepped on quite a few times. People have gone through this, between these two trees, at least a couple times before you. You pick this up more than everyone else with your perception.
I would also relay that these tracks are actually pretty fresh, so there could be people ahead.
Better. That's even better. We're getting close, guys. Just keep
Wait,
moving.
how many tracks? Can we see how many people?
Can I?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can definitely have a. Can I have a?
I'll assist. I'll aid you,
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
even though I can't see anything.
Does
How
my
do you?
investigation
Oh
help?
yeah, yeah.
How do you
I
do
massage her
this?
shoulders while she looks.
How are you doing this? How are you like looking at the tracks? Explain it to me.
With my eyes.
So you're just
Like,
okay. You're looking at it.
Like you're you're asking me. There's tracks on the ground,
Mhm.
so if I can match the amount of tracks to like the amount.
So
of
you're just
feet,
looking at it
that
to
should have
see. Okay. Let's have a perception check at disadvantage, please.
Guys, this
What
lady.
about my aid? Is it not flat roll?
Yeah.
I will say that Elirr. You're the only one with dark vision, right, Ashira? I guess Elirr, you brought
Yeah.
the thing back, so
I mean, if
I'll
he's
allow a flat
stopping,
roll.
Yeah,
It'll
I
be
would
flat
bring
roll.
the dancing lights close.
Flat roll.
Okay.
Because you've got the
What
dancing
did you
lights
want?
within the range.
Investigation?
Would it be an
Perception.
investigation? No.
Perception check. 'Cause you said you want to have a look at it to see what you see.
Ooh!
Yeah, you see
27.
that the footprints that are there, first of all, they appear human, and very clearly barefoot. They're uneven. They don't appear to be walking in a way that makes any sense, almost like they might be lame. And the number of them doesn't make any sense either, as you see 4 right feet and 2 left feet.
Oh. Well, it seems to be human, but for some reason it has 2 left feet and 4 right feet, or wait, maybe it's the other way around. It's hard to tell, but there's not an even amount of legs here.
Well, are you like, does she just look at them, or is she touching them? Like I would imagine, like, especially when she's puzzled by it, wouldn't she like investigate them more closely or something? Like,
You tell me, guys. What do you do with them? You have
well,
that
if she
information.
pointed out, I would kneel down and try touching them, like
Okay.
if they
Can I have an
actually
investigation
there
check,
or
Smell them.
or potentially nature? I'll allow either. I know you're gonna go with
I
investigation.
assist him.
How are you
Can
assisting?
start massaging Elirr?
Okay. Yeah. Sure. You start beating up Elirr.
I have a thingy in perception, so I can actually give the help action. If that
Okay.
helps.
Well, it's investigation.
I do have that too.
Okay, then absolutely. I will allow that at advantage then.
at advantage. Oh,
Yep.
Investigation. 18. So shit, but sure.
18. As you look at them, you realize that it looks as though part of the footsteps is either being dragged, or maybe there's leaps between different steps. So somebody's either running, maybe somebody walked through and another person leapt through. Some of the imprints appear to be deeper than others. It looks like this is at least 2 different individuals have passed through here, of different speeds and of different intensities. How fresh with an 18? Hard to say.
Sure. And I guess I relay that. Seems like they very strange tracks. Like Ashira said, however long they passed through, but maybe they carried stuff. Maybe they running.
Do you think it could be Mirabelle and Sylas?
Aren't they
I don't know why
supposed to
they
be
would not be
behind
wearing
us?
the shoes,
Why
though,
don't-
but
Why would they be barefoot and only those 2?
Yeah. Listen,
I
let's
don't
just
know.
keep our guard on about us. We'll
Yeah.
keep moving.
Just
See
keep going.
something, we'll do with it. Just keep going. Let's try to get out of the fog.
Follow
Okay.
the compass.
You go
Lead us this way.
So you go through the tree line between these 2 trees, and you notice that there's like it sort of goes up to this tree, and then you go down a slope with trees around you, but it's definitely down an incline here. You know what? Let's have a wisdom check from everybody again, please, as you guys progress.
A save?
Wisdom save, yeah. Wisdom save, sorry.
Oh, poor Steed.
Oh dear.
Hey!
27.
The +2, that's a 16.
Okay. Diego, Judge. No, actually, Diego with 16, you pass. So it would be Oswald and Ashira who fail. You both feel like you can see a light ahead of you, like very bright, blinding almost, as it's like a bright light straight ahead of you in the distance. I would say that the rest of you, as you're walking through, you don't see the lights, but you faintly sense it. There's a smell in the air. Actually, I'd say all of you can smell this as you walk down this slope. It's like rot and copper, decay.
Don't we smelt that this whole time? Because aren't all the trees rotted?
No, this is like a body decaying.
Worse.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's faintly sweet,
So,
but it's very. It's just like you've caught a whiff of it.
Alright.
do you guys smell and see that?
I
don't see
smell.
anything.
I don't see
I
anything,
smell
but I
it.
do smell.
it. And it smells like it's been dead for a while.
Here, how about this? I'll go forward and I'll check it real quick, make sure it's clear. You guys just hang back for a second.
How?
I think.
I
Why don't we
guess I
just
would
all
send the
go?
dancing lights with
Yeah,
him,
let's just go.
if it's possible.
Let's just all go.
Alright.
Yeah, you guys
Let's
step
not split
forward.
anyone.
There's, as you look around, the scent it appears to get stronger the lower down the slope you go. It looks like there's a very thick bunch of trees at the bottom with what appears to be like not a hole, but a way to pass forward and progress towards south to southeast. Yes, Elirr.
Is the fog still there?
Very thick. Yes.
Can I use my gust of wind to try and clear the fog?
You can certainly try.
Well, I would like to do that
He does
Okay.
it.
Cool.
with the wind caller ability.
Without requiring yeah, you
So it's
attempt to get rid of it.
The bell.
Okay.
Ah, I hate.
So using the
just
wind
wet.
caller action,
So it
you
does
can
the
cast Gust of Wind
right?
spell. I will say you do it. You notice that the mist visibly shifts forward and is just replaced by more mist. It's
Okay,
like you're just pushing it around. There's the whole air around you is thick with mist.
But
Or
does it
fog.
change? Does it change the smell at all? Like since the smell was coming
Yes.
from that direction.
Yes, you for a moment you don't have that scent just after casting it, and then it returns.
Okay. And then I guess I make the wind stop, like because it kind of continues to
Mhm.
recast the dancing lights. So smell is real?
It seems so.
Seems. Let's just keep moving. Let's
Yeah.
not worry about that right now. Let's just keep
Yep.
keep pushing through.
You guys continue walking on, and the deeper you travel, the less certain you are about the trees around you. It appears like they're all moving around you. Every now and then, you feel like you hear footsteps behind you. Then, as you turn, there's no one behind you, but you feel like there is. You feel like you're being watched. There's something eerie about this whole area that you're in. Can I have a wisdom save, please, from Elirr? Specifically, as you guys continue down the hill, Elirr with an 11,
13.
you hear
13.
Alariel.
13.
Okay, 13. 15 is the DC. You hear Alariel
Dang it.
crying for help. It's clearly
guess
her as coming from
he
behind
called-
you.
He calls out her name and turns around, I guess.
There's no response.
Elirr, what are you doing? Remember the system. The system.
Well, Alaria was. You sure you
There's
didn't
no-
hear
She
The
that?
rest of
wasn't.
us-
Remember,
The rest
you
of us
asked
didn't
if
hear
you could
that.
hear it.
Yes.
You asked us if you could
hear
hear it.
and then we
Pull yourself together, Elirr.
I get it. You're in love with her, but just come on. We gotta focus. Come on, keep moving through the fog. Through the fog.
Sure.
Okay.
It's
You
not
guys,
real. Keep going.
you guys walk through, and there are familiar voices, like whispers through the trees. However, as you guys continue walking, they're very quiet at first, and then as you reach what feels like fog that you almost can put your hand through and feel resisting as you brush your hands around, the trees appear to repeat themselves. Shadows linger far too long between the branches, and it's then that you feel like you hear familiar voices carried by the wind around you. You hear, Diego, you hear your mother calling your name.
She's not here.
You, Ashira, you hear Quinn being called to by Arya. Diego,
Okay.
you feel like you hear clicks calling you from the bottom of the hill.
That- The bitch definitely ain't here. We keep going.
And Judge,
Yeah.
you can hear your father laughing.
Okay, he's here.
You can just
Okay.
hear him laughing, and it's non-stop. Someone around you, each of you feels like you can hear your names whispered from just beyond the fog. And as you reach this sort of area, this break in the forest line, you realize that the trees look twisted, they look wrong, and the footprints that you guys had seen continue here. There's still no sounds of any birds or insects as you guys step out.
Does
Yep.
the voices sound close? I was gonna try something.
They sound like they're like you if you were
Yeah,
talking
I'm
to
gonna-
each other, you would be struggling to hear
I'm
each
casting
other.
Detect Evil and Good.
Okay.
And if there's any aberration,
What's the range?
celestial, it's 30 feet from myself. 30 feet. If there's sense any being of an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or dead within 30 feet, I will know exactly where it is. Unless it's behind like
You
a foot of
definitely
stone.
feel it.
Mhm.
And it's coming from on Oswald's back as you notice the vestige is riding atop him.
Okay, and that's
And you
just
feel
it.
that,
There's nothing.
and that's the only thing that you feel.
Okay, all right, keep going. It's just the trees. It's
As you
the
guys
voices. There's
break
nothing
through.
actually there.
As you break through this hole, you step out into a clearing. And it's like you've left the fog as you step through, and the fog just stops behind you. There's fresh air here, but it's like you've walked back to the forest at the beginning of the day. You've been walking for hours. However, you hear a pulse in the distance coming from your southeast. Actually, it's more southeast now than southeast.
It's a clearing in the forest,
You've
right?
basically got like a clear forest area where you can now see around you and above you. It's not as dark. It's like you've walked through
Cool.
this huge
I'll look
fog.
up.
Mhm.
Where's the moon?
You can see the moon. So,
Like, I'm trying to
just
gauge
to be
time.
yeah, just to be clear, you have like the forest cover still, so you can't see the whole moon, but you can make out if it's day or night.
Said I could see up though, right?
You can
So I
see
can
up. Yeah,
gauge
you
roughly
can
where-
gauge. You can gauge
if I know where
if it's day or
north
night.
is.
Yeah,
If I know where north is, I can gauge where the moon is.
absolutely. And I would say that you guys realize it is probably somewhere, probably coming up towards midday, which means you've been traveling for at least a day.
It's sunny outside.
Sorry. So it's not nighttime.
No longer nighttime as you've been walking
So
the
I can see the
entire
sun,
night.
not the moon.
You can see what looks like sunlight coming through the trees above you, yes.
Right, okay.
What has happened is
Okay.
you guys have been walking the entire night until today.
We'll probably walked like 12 hours then, maybe.
Yes. You've made...
Wow.
You can't tell just how far you've got, but the pulse, I would say you feel has to be something of great power. It's very eerie, and I'd say, Elirr, you felt it first. There's like a shockwave that runs through the forest.
Okay, so there are holes in the canopy. Elirr, why don't you fly up and take a look?
Sure. Fly
Just
up.
poke your head out, see if you can see the big old tree, because the big old tree is bigger than all the rest, right?
I go fly up and look for big old tree.
See roughly how far away you think we are.
You do that?
Yeah.
As you do so, you can see that there is a large tree that looks like it's cindered and burnt. It's rotted. It looks like it hasn't had life in decades. You saw it from a distance from the airship as you were coming towards Ambrasia. Just beyond the mountain, you saw the tips of it. You're at least a couple days away on foot. Probably 2 days.
Still.
Yeah. But you know it's
sure on the-
it's straight southeast from you. So you guys
You
are
kinda give
pretty
us
much
Yeah.
here.
Oh. No progress.
However,
Um,
sorry. Like probably coming towards this circle around it. There's still a significant amount within that to travel.
Well, I try and pinpoint location in my head, and I go back down, and I utter prayer to Salazar. Why the fuck are you not here?
No response.
Okay, so what direction now? You said southeast?
So it's still southeast. It's still far.
Perfect. Let's
How
go.
bad is it?
Well, seems like maybe we got like halfway, 2/3 way. That we
Okay.
already until we get.
Well, why
Do we
don't
want
we... Go ahead.
Do we want to maybe travel till dusk and then reset our time? You know, sleep at night.
Great
instead?
idea. That's what... Literally, I was about to say the same thing.
The only thing I would say is that there's a very small scent on the air, almost like a sweet scent. It's not rot or decay, but it's like a very slight sweet sense.
I think our
Diarrhea.
senses have been fucked with enough over the last 12 hours, and we
We
keep
just-
moving.
We just don't
go
care.
till dusk.
We keep
go
we keep
till
going.
dusk.
I would
We
say
sleep through the night.
We
go
have
in the morning.
rations.
you guys keep going. You make significant progress towards the grove. I would say every couple of hours you feel a pulse coming from it. You see a shudder on the trees, almost like the leaves rustle, as if it's coming from this central point that you're heading towards. And each time it happens, as you get closer, it feels louder. The ground appears to shake slightly now as you guys reach dusk. I will say, you know it's about a day and a half away as you spend the next half of the day coming to this point. Do you camp out for the night?
Yeah, we'll camp out for the night. We'll do the same again. We'll look for some sort of cover along the way. If there's no cover immediately in our facility, then I guess we'll travel for like maybe another 30 minutes if we find anything, and we'll just keep doing that until we find some sort of natural cover that we could use just to keep
if
a little
we
bit of
can't
shelter.
find any natural thing, Judge would just suggest to grab a lot of the dead shrubbery and maybe set up a tent or something. Put the shrubbery over it as to conceal our location.
We don't
No, we
have
can
our
sleep on it.
tents because they're all in Mirabelle.
You know what? But we can try it. We can try it. So it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, we could try and find like a decaying, hollowed out tree. You know
Yeah.
what? Maybe even Oswald just runs at one, and then we use that for the night because apparently
Yeah.
he's able
Oswald
to do
strong. He's
I will
good.
say, for the sake of brevity, that you guys bed down. I'm not going to ask you to roll. I'll say that you found a clear area. You have a bit of what feels like peace, quiet after the fog, the hardship of the crash, escaping into the forest, running, then venturing through the lost wood. There's like a moment of peace here. And you find somewhere where you feel you're hidden away from at least any possible creatures or prying eyes. What's very clear to you when you do camp out for the night is there's no sound of any beast. There doesn't appear to be any wildlife. There's not even insects here. There's nothing. There's no birds. There's no sound. There's just the occasional gust of wind and the thrum coming from the grove every couple hours. You guys camp out for the night. You gain the benefits of long rest. You wake up in the morning feeling rejuvenated and begin traveling back towards the grove, continuing on. Correct?
Yep.
As you guys continue, Diego, can I have... Ooh, I'm trying to figure out how to do this. Let's have you, please, have a flat wisdom check.
flat wisdom.
Flat
check.
wisdom check.
It's the same as a save, so an 8. Well, a 10. No, 'cause it's not a save, so an 8.
Okay. Yeah, you don't feel or see or hear anything.
Cool.
Never mind.
We keep going.
With an 8, what you didn't feel with that was some form of magic being cast in a direction that can't reach you. But you didn't feel it. You didn't notice.
If it can't reach me,
You didn't notice. You didn't notice it anyways.
would I have
And
needed to make a check?
Nope. Nope.
So why
Nope.
did you make me make one?
It's a flat roll. Because I did.
Okay.
To see if you would notice, because you've had your senses thrown around the place. I want to see if you would, in your wisdom, recognize it as something that has not quite reached you. Like there would have been a fizzle for a moment, as if the connection was there and then
Right.
pulled away.
Okay. Understood.
So with an 8, you didn't quite catch it. Things feel a little bit off still. I'd say you have probably that, like your senses are still a bit blurry. Anyways, point is, you guys continue on. You continue walking, and I would say that you start walking towards it. The hours tick on by, but you feel like you're getting closer. Every now and then, Diego, you check the compass to make sure you're still on track. Every now and then, I imagine Elirr checks to see that you can still see the grove and that you're heading in the right direction. Then the forest begins to get thicker. You know that you're within a day or so travel. There's not far to go. It begins to get thicker. The clouds of fog begin to almost reappear. It feels eerily familiar to what you've previously been through. And it begins to turn later in the day as you guys climb up what looks like a small hill and look down into an area of rotten trees and decayed forest. You can see that there's what looks to be a clear area up ahead of mud with all sorts of lumps and bumps in it, hidden underneath the tree line. It's darker as it's coming definitely towards the later stage of the day, and the trees are much thicker. The roots are much wilder. You see them exposed on the ground, and you tread more carefully as you walk through this part of the forest. Ahead of you, as you approach this, the scent returns. That copper, metallic, decaying rot scent. What you can see is rain beating against the ground through the tree line, almost elevating the senses as you approach what looks to be an area of mud with trees that look broken. Some look like they've been almost attacked or caught a blast of some kind. This area looks like sodden earth. And the closer you get, the more uneasy you feel. Does anyone do anything with that, or do you continue towards the grove through the muddy ground?
So we see sodden earth.
Yeah.
And an area that looks like it's been attacked.
Yes.
We just keep going, right?
Okay. As you get closer, you see what appears to be, as you're heading through, you see what looks like parts of buildings or crumbled, almost like broken temples or broken walls that were previously here. You see what look to be bodies long past in the ground. You see what looks to be the occasional sword or piece of armor sticking out from the ground. Do you do anything with that, or do you continue on?
The temple, do I know of these temples? Have I seen these temples before?
Can I have a history check with advantage, please? You
Is there
have
any-
been here.
Any symbols or any carvings or anything on any of the
Yeah.
As you
ruins?
look to the
God.
people,
Banner.
Well,
there appears to be Talon insignias on some of them. You notice what appears to be really like soaked through and dirtied red Talon robes that you once wore and donned yourself. You notice what appears to be crow-like feathers on some of the shoulder pads of these. There's a whole range of different people.
What about the ruins themselves, though? You said that there's like walls and
temple.
stuff, is there? Yeah, there's an actual temple.
So with a
Do
12,
we know it's a temple, or is it just like
With a
walls
12.
collapsed?
Judge, you remember that there were, at one stage in time, when you were Gamma, that the Grove of Sylvana had around it temple areas and shrines and worship towards Sylvana beyond just the Grove. This could very easily be that. Whether it was a temple or if it was an outpost of sorts, you're not sure. What you do know, as you all look at it, these have been broken far longer than the bodies have been here. It's been ruins for probably hundreds of years.
Is there like an inside portion to the temple? Is there somewhere I can actually walk inside of it and see something? Or
No,
is there any sort of like
they appear, if you imagine like a corner of a house being the only bit that's left, that's the kind of thing you see. It's like half wall cover, completely covered in moss and half knocked over. Almost like a building had collapsed here at some stage. What you notice though is all of these bodies appear to be in some way connected to either Talon, the Crow, and I'd say, can I have an investigation check from one of you at advantage as you're helping each other to look at these bodies? Or we can have an investigation from everybody if everybody's looking and go with the top roll.
Ashira, you can take it with advantage, right? You have.
As you guys look around.
I would.
Okay, 19. Ashira, you very clearly recognize some of the insignias on the armor for some of these individuals is that of the Fellowship of Ruin. And I will say that with an investigation, yes. And the investigation check that you have with 19, you realize that each of these corpses, some fresher than others, appears to have their blood entirely drained. There are wounds on most of their bodies.
Corpses?
Some could be a couple weeks old. Some could be older than that.
And can I tell from that roll whether they were fighting against each other or were they with each other? Like, what
It
does
appears
look like?
all of them have been bled dry and left here as corpses.
The
So they don't
cultists
act-
too?
The cultists too. Every single body that is here, as you look at them, as you investigate them, each of them appear to have been bled dry.
I relay that information.
Okay, I guess Maxwell and his cronies are feasting on whatever they can.
It makes me
Are,
wonder if they are either close, that we are that close that they're coming out this far, or did they travel
Must
here
be.
on foot? Because they teleported, right? Or at least Maxwell did.
Yeah, maybe they teleported somewhere nearby, and maybe this was just their feasting ground. Who knows?
Wait, it doesn't make sense. Though. Why are they feasting on the people they're working with? Talon and
I imagine this far into the forest, there isn't many people to just feast upon, right?
right, but
To get their strength, maybe they have to feed?
would they allow that? Would the
Who knows? To be honest, shall we keep
Yeah.
going? Maybe
Is
we
there
can find
any
out.
sign? Is there any sign of struggle, or any corpses other than like drained ones?
There appears to be, they're all drained. There appears to be like torn, like clothing. It looks like claws have slashed through things. These people have been attacked almost by some savage beast. That's sort of what it looks like. It's hard to say whether they've defended themselves or not, but you do see blood on some of the weaponry that sticks out of the ground. Fried.
all right? Let's just keep moving then.
Keep going.
Cool. You continue walking through. You notice that there's a stream that sort of begins to appear, and what looks to be a bridge to cross. I will say that. You know what? I'm gonna bring you to a map. Yeah, you see a bridge, and you arrive at it. You see that the bridge leads up to what looks to be a dead tree in the water and a hole in the wall. It's southeast. It's the direction of the grove. I will say, though it doesn't appear to be so, it is dusk.
A hole in the wall like a cave?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it looks like a cave entrance.
Should we check it out and maybe make that camp there? I mean, nothing safer than a cave, all right? I guess.
Well, it's direction of grove, right? Or tree, or whatever.
Yeah, I guess. And also, Zella was hanging out in caves around here, right? So
Yeah.
maybe we
I'll
find another rock with another beam
I'll
that
start-
can help us.
I'll start making my way to the cave, and I'll have Oswald with me. And as we get closer, I'll have him go ahead and check in the cave before we get there to make sure there is nothing in there and it's clear. Because if anybody's gonna go away, it's gonna be Oswald. He's my sacrificial lamb.
Question to DM.
Yeah.
Before he does that. So you said it's dusk, so it's getting dark.
Yeah.
I guess I cast dancing lights to go with him. I
You
mean,
cast-
you can. If Judge wants me to not have dancing lights go, with
Don't do it so
Oswald,
he
then
can.
He will
So
tell me. I
Oswald
guess.
maybe can be a bit stealthier. If he sees problems, he'll mental link and tell me there's an issue. But let's let him go
Can
see
you
what
see
it is
dark?
first.
There
It doesn't matter.
does appear to be footsteps. I would say that I'm not going to need a check from you guys. It does appear to be footsteps across the bridge. And there appears to be a body under the tree over here. It looks faintly familiar.
Faintly familiar.
Mhm.
What does it look like?
And we can all see it, right?
You can all see it, yeah.
What does it look like?
Yeah, it's a black cloak, face down on the ground. Pale skin.
Oh, good.
How's it familiar?
Yeah.
Because there's
You said
a
it's familiar.
there's a purple energy to it that
Okay.
tracks through the
Oh,
skin
okay.
Night of Ruin.
as you see
Zelentrus, right?
face down on the ground,
No, it's Silas.
exhausted, is Zelentrus. Completely face down, dirt covered. You see that in his hand, in one of his hands, holding it out as if that was the last thing he had, is a single emblem of the Fellowship of Ruin. one that he's obviously picked off one of the bodies from behind you. Beneath this sort of collapsed mass of I guess like branches and carcasses, you just see a single body in the distance, and it's just this purple and white pale hand that you know is Zelentrus's. He's bloodied. He looks almost like he's been beaten. And he's half buried beneath what looks like, as you got closer to it, it looks like from the tree above is corpses of hanging skeletons like wolves or possibly large dogs that have been just left in the trees.
The fuck
Ashira
is this
will
place?
kneel down next to him and just look at the others quickly and be like, he's real, right? This one's real, yeah?
Yes,
I'm
he's
not
real.
so sure. I don't see him.
How about hey, how about before we start, getting involved in what happened here, let's get him to that cave and let's get out of sight of anything.
Maybe we just whoever did this, maybe they own the cave.
Well, that's why Oswald's gonna go up there and check. And he should be getting there hopefully soon.
Zell
So-
isn't unconscious. He's pale,
Oh.
he's shaken, but as you go to help him up
A little
to
buddy.
his feet, the forest around you goes silent. Completely. There's no more
It's
whispers.
been silent the whole time.
There's no dripping. There's no rain coming through above you. There's nothing. But you hear a low growl coming from the cave ahead of you.
Can
He tells you that he heard whispers. That he followed the voice of Mirabelle. Maybe his Mirabelle's voice. But as he got through the fog, it ended. He saw ahead of him were the bodies that you all encountered. He saw that ahead of him were all of these creatures, that he saw a silver insignia that he recognized as Raven Guards from the estate back in Stonehaven, half buried in the mud, stained completely black. He saw several bodies that showed beating marks the same as you, and he saw one corpse that was a Fellowship operative that he recognized with its throat slit cleanly across. Pinned to the chest was a black feather pierced through like a red cloth fragment. He recognized that as being somewhat similar to those who chased him earlier in the day, earlier at the crash site. And he looks to you all and lets you know that he thinks in that cave ahead are Maxwell and his spawn.
Oh, well, we don't. Let's get the fuck out of here.
You guys head
Yeah, let's
back.
go the other way. No, wait.
Um,
Southeast is the direction of the cave, right?
Southeast is directly ahead of you. You can go back and try a different route.
Can we try to go around? Like try to go along around and try to dodge the cave?
Yeah, I mean, you can try and find another way around. Absolutely.
Before
Yeah.
we do,
There's a whole forest.
Also, I call Oswald back before he gets up to the cave.
Okay.
I call Oswald back. Yeah, I don't want
You
him
call him
going up
back?
there.
Ilirr?
Yeah.
is Zell okay at all? Like
He
was
looks
lying there, right?
absolutely exhausted. He looks like he hasn't slept. His feet appear to come through his shoes slightly as he's been walking and walking and walking. He doesn't know how long. And I'd say that you recognize that he's clearly struggling with something. Like there's a lot that he's taking in with what's happened. Coming across the Fellowship, being fed on, knowing that all of this is happening.
Well, maybe it would be best to take a step back and let him rest then? Um,
How about this? Why don't we just scoot over in a bush nearby? I'll try cast Sending. I'll say, Jinglethorn. Has 2.5 days been enough time to bury the bodies? Where the fuck you at? And then, we can take it from there, huh?
That's fair.
how,
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think anyone's checked. Can I just make sure this is actually Zell? Like,
Can I have an
can I
insight
maybe?
check?
Yeah. Do I have anything that I can use, like a spell that can determine this?
I check one of his feet that are poking through the shoes, because he always wears a ring on his little pinky. So I will just double check to see if he's still
I'm
wearing it.
amazed you know that.
What?
Crazy.
Diego knows a lot of things about style, and that was an odd style choice of
yeah.
Zelentrus's. And he only noticed it when we went to the spa that one time and noticed both pinkies had a ring on each.
Yeah.
I am
they were
going
gold,
to-
right?
Yeah, both gold with a love heart gemstone in them.
Yeah. Insight check.
Okay.
Probably the best.
Yeah,
best
yeah.
bet.
Can I try to use Okay, I'm gonna try to use Divine Sense.
Okay.
I know he's Celestial, so he just pings up as Celestial, I know that's him.
Mhm.
If it's anything else, then I know it's not.
Yep.
And I'll use that. Can I get it with advantage in the insight check, or that just automatically does it for me?
Sure,
Don't tell me if
yeah.
it's him or not.
Yeah, you can have advantage on the insight check. I would say you noticed as well with this 17 insight, you use the divine sense, you pick up he is celestial, and the dead giveaway for you is that the vestige runs up to him and runs up his leg.
Okay, does he have the green stone on him?
He appears to have his relic with him.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I'll put him up on the steed, so that way we don't have to struggle carrying him around.
Okay.
And then I'll move
Great
him
idea.
to the wood lines. We can get
How
our
far do
line
you go?
finished.
Let us
before
just
we
go.
leave this,
Oh, go ahead.
you mentioned this lovely tree is decorated by dead dogs and things.
Yeah, you guys look up and you see what look to be bodies of animals that have been strung over trees, and the carcasses have just been left there. It's just bones. It's just bones. On the bottom of the trees, you see what looks like... Basically, if you imagine like the skeleton bones of any dead animal, like a cow or a horse or a elephant, and they have this amount of bones that are just in one place. That's what this looks like. It's just tons of bones of creatures of varying sizes, shapes, from birds all the way up to large dogs, potentially an owlbear.
Anything fresh?
The bones aren't, but the people were.
Sure. Yeah.
As he sits on my steed, if he is missing any hit points, if he took any damage,
He's
I'll
missing
just
hit
use
points.
I'll use Healing Touch from my steed, and he regains 2d8 hit points.
Perfect.
I don't
You
know,
can
is a
roll that
spell
for
level
me,
to that?
as
Is there a spell level? What is that?
He's actually taken...
2d8, sure.
He's actually on 17 hit points currently. As you
Oh,
regain
10.
10, so he's on 27 hit points. Very nice. He's still
Almost
not
full.
full, but he's... Yeah.
Zelentrus, you look like you've been beaten up. Who or what did this?
Oh no, I've just been walking for so long. In basically a straight line. I've been taking attacks from all kinds. I thought I heard voices. To my left, to my right, I drew blades. I walked through bodies. I caught myself, as he points out his shoe being cut open. Caught myself on blades, walking straight here. I think this gash is just... Yeah. Worried about it getting
If you
infected.
If you walked in a straight line, how the hell did you end up here? We had to keep redirecting.
Just had the voices. I followed them. Heard the
God.
calls. that led me here.
Pretty shit place to come to. Look,
We can't
let us
stay
get...
here.
No fucking shit. Get behind those bushes over there. Go, you
Yeah,
fucking idiot.
yeah,
If you walk off again, by the way, and I find you, I'll kill you myself. Now go over there.
All right.
There'll be when next time you hear voices, we have buddy system now. So you ask everyone else.
God.
You tell us, and then we all tell if we can hear it.
Okay, All right. Sounds good.
Just don't walk the fuck off, and he just slaps him
Yes.
in the back.
Yeah, no. Sure.
It's fine.
We all just start beating him up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Right, let us
How
get out
far-
behind this
Cat walk
bush.
away.
How far do you go?
Literally like 30 foot into
Yeah.
the tree line, so we can crouch behind some trees and shrubbery, so we can still see this opening, but so that I can send a sending spell to see if Jungle Thorn and the gang are rocking up anytime soon.
Okay.
Because this jungle is massive and we may need some help.
Okay. Yeah, you get into the open area, hidden behind the tree here to send the spell. And as you go to do so, you notice, similar to when you tried to contact Erendor, doesn't seem to reach the intended target. Almost like it's blocked here, like in some way, shape, or form.
So the sending spell gets cast.
Yes, it casts, you feel it gets
connects
sent
to
out,
someone?
it connects out there. You feel like it reaches Jinglethorn, but before you can say a word, it feels like it's pulled.
But it's connected to someone else?
No, you think it's reached. You think it's reached where you're trying to. Like, it works exactly the way you think it is, or you think it should. You feel the connection. You go to say the words, and as you say it, you feel like the magic just dissipates.
Do you say that? Do you tell us?
So I lose the spell slot, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. It doesn't work, so I guess we're on our own.
Can I try something? Do you know anything specific that Mirabelle might be wearing? Maybe you gave her something you're very well aware, like that you know, familiar with. I got locate object spell. Maybe something specific.
So you want to know where she is?
Well, yeah, that we know which direction
What is
they
the
are,
range?
maybe how far they are.
What is the range of the spell?
Well, within 1,000 feet.
So like a mile? We've just walked for like 48 hours.
Well, look at this guy here, and I point at Zel. He got here before us.
Hey,
He left 8 hours before
he
us.
left 6 to 7
That
hours
makes
before-
sense.
Listen, how about we just focus on the now? We can try to communicate with them later. Let's just focus on finding out where are we going from here. Obviously, we're not gonna just camp out here and buy the.
I know that.
So are we gonna?
I was trying to speak to them to see if we could tackle Maxwell, because if we don't tackle him now, he might attack us on the way to the grove.
Do you think that we could somehow, I don't know, sabotage or trap them in there and run?
Well,
Well,
there is another thing I was thinking.
yeah.
I am right to assume that vampires don't like daylight? That's like a common thing, right? Everyone knows that, right?
Right.
That's what my grand.
But the
told me.
sun's not peering through though, right? So how are
Very,
we gonna?
very common knowledge in Celestria.
Well, it's common knowledge in the United Kingdom, and
Yes.
vampires don't exist.
Yes, yes. I would say the myths and legends work similarly to how they work for us. You would assume that they are sensitive to light.
Okay, cool. And we are in a clearing where there are pockets of sunlight peering through, no?
Are you trying to get them to come out in sunlight and burn away?
What if we laid a trap? And what if
How?
we made it so that we would open up the canopy when they came out?
How do you propose to do that?
Well, we have someone that can fly.
Yes.
We have someone that can cast fly.
how about this? Let's play this out a little bit, and how about we have multiple options? As Ashira mentioned, we could try closing them or trapping them in there. I mean, do you think a swing of a hammer could knock that wall down and trap them in?
Well,
Encase them in?
dumb question though. If we trap them in there, and maybe that's some type of secret entrance that only works when you go through it to go to Grove, and we destroy it, we never reach Grove, and we off.
I don't think
You're
that's how
telling
that
me
works.
the massive tree, the only entrance is this tiny cave nowhere near it?
You know, there is protective domes
I've had-
sometimes around
listen,
specific very important places.
know
Remember
people-
the Tower of the Keepers in Stonehaven, like how it's supposed
Yeah,
to
we
work?
still got into that city by
Yeah,
walking
listen,
through.
listen. I've
Exactly.
had people who've been here before. I don't think that's how that works.
Okay.
Max,
Yep.
you just said that the common knowledge about vampires is the same as, we have in real life.
Very similar, yeah. You guys know that sunlight works because you
I-
burnt that one spawn previously.
Yes, but there's also other things that they're weak to, and I'd want to know if my character would know this. But there's a lot of running water outside their doorstep.
There is a lot of running water there. That is very true.
Is it coming out of the cave?
It is coming
Or-
off what appears to be this sort of, I guess it's like a flowing puddle here.
Yeah, but is the water coming from the cave to fill into this area to then run down?
No, it's coming out of what looks to be the
Okay.
ground here, but you'd have to get closer to inspect it.
So, I just want to know, because I'm not gonna do the I want to know in character
Mhm.
if I know this, but if I don't, that's fine. But I want to know how common the knowledge is their weakness against running water.
It would be a
because
history check.
Yours,
I'll just allow a flat history. DC 18.
okay, I'll try.
Yikes!
The two, you remember vampires don't really like bathing, and that's about it. I'm a weird
You guys know
rhyme.
that it is really odd that there's so much water out here, because I don't think they like to bathe.
They don't like the bathe.
Oh, I have
Why would
soap.
they-
Well, that doesn't
Why
make
would-
sense. No,
Maybe-
guys, that don't make sense. Literally, we've met a vampire who was very clean. I don't think that tracks very well.
I could loof up like a cloth for them
No.
and be like, yeah, clean you.
Look,
Get
look,
back.
look. I could
Ashira,
try.
Were you trying to, I don't know, figure out what they weak to?
Well, my granddad used to tell me stories when I was little, and obviously, the sunlight is a big thing. I actually do
Sandwiches.
have
They're
daylight
weak
as
to
well,
sandwiches.
No,
but
I
I
don't think
don't
so.
know if that works.
I have a bunch of holy water. I mean, I could just run in there and start throwing it at him, like, ha, holy water, and see what that does. But listen, how about this? Let's just do something smart here, okay? How about we don't mess with them, because we know there's so many of them in there that the last time we fought them, we almost had
Don't
people
know
die.
that.
Well,
We don't know how many there are.
we saw how many bodies were over there, and I'm assuming not one man just killed a whole bunch of, you
We-
know.
We don't know that.
Right. I would just safely assume it would probably not a good idea to mess with them.
Realistically, let's be completely honest.
Right.
In the reports of the people that have fled Stonehaven, it wasn't a lot of people. It was like a handful.
No, I get that, but we don't know how many of them have been here already. We know
Oh no, I agree that. Yeah, I agree.
that's why I don't think we should mess with them right now. We don't
I
have
think we
the
go
time.
in. I think we
But-
go in and just kick that ass.
No, I don't think we should. See,
I'm itching for a fight.
you're okay. You're obviously now making me a little weird here because one day you're like, I don't want to do it. Just keep walking. Don't mess with things. And now all of a sudden you're like, let's go in there and mess things up. I'm getting mixed signals. I need you to pick a side here. Or you want
Let's
to
go.
fight? Or you want... Let's not do that.
As you guys are standing here, you hear what sounds like a splash come from the area. You can't see this because you told me you went about 30 minutes in, or 30 feet behind a tree or whatever. Do any of you come back to see what the splash is?
I
I
send
did
Oswald.
specify that I wanted to be about 30 feet into the tree line, but
Yep.
so that we could still see the area.
Okay.
I send
okay.
Oswald.
Can I have ooh. You know what? I'm not gonna need a check because you guys see. You hear the splash and you look over. There appears to be someone walking back into the cave. And floating into the water, you see what appears to be a body. Dropped
Before
into the water.
before we go for that obvious lovely body there, do you think maybe like after discussing if you want to fight them or not, do you think maybe they weakened from traveling and that's why they attacked their own
Let's
people and drank
not
from
assume
them?
that. Let's just not assume that. How about this? Let's not go check the obvious bait of a body just starting to flow out down there. And how about we just stay where it's safe? We go around, we dodge this whole situation, and we don't put ourselves in a position where we have to fight people. We aren't
Why
ready
not?
for it.
How do you know? Like, why are you chickening out?
Well, chickening is a crazy word. I am just trying to have us dive
Nigga
where we
over
reach
here
the
wants to go
objective.
in and you don't want to go in. It sounds like
Because we have an objective. The objective is not these people. The objective is the grove. Let's get to the grove. Let's see what's going on there. And if, these people come up behind, then we do what we always do then. But right now,
So you
stay
want to fight
focused.
people in front, in Grove, and then you want them to come and back from us?
These people
But what
probably
if-
don't even know.
What if Winzira is in there?
I'm sorry,
She
don't.
probably
She's not.
should be,
I mean,
right?
but she's okay. But from what we know of Winzira, she's one of them right now. Why would we want to get
Because
involved
she's
there either?
leverage. For Arendor, they would just kill him.
Yeah.
This is my point.
But
She's
don't we want to?
existed.
Wait. We want to keep her alive then, right? We want to keep her.
Erendor's sister is held by Maxwell.
Yes.
If the vampires are in there, that means Winzira could be in there with them.
No, I get that, but let me put this out there. Let's say we free Winzira, and they see
Yes.
us walk up to her. Now, Erendor doesn't have his leverage, right? And who knows? Maybe they notice that and they
Correct.
kill him right on the spot.
Or they don't
what?
know because sending doesn't work here.
But they're gonna see us walk up with her anyway. They're gonna see us
No,
showing up.
No, we're not going to walk in being like, "Hello, we have Winzira, Erendor, you're free." I'm not going to be you fucking idiot, Judge.
Listen,
What the hell?
no, first of all, watch your language. You've been
Who are you?
no. You've been
Let's
watch
just go
yourself. You
forward
need to
and-
watch yourself. We are not going towards a cave of
When-
death. What is your guys' issue? Are you guys focused on the objective or not? The objective has been the grove. The grove. This isn't part of it.
Objective is
I'm
The
saving.
objective
gonna-
is to stop all of this.
I'm gonna have to interject. The time is passing on. The moon is rising in the sky. It is becoming night.
Oh no.
What do you guys do as you begin to hear noises and growls?
How long have we been
from-
here?
You've been well. I mean, I feel like I've been
We
here
got here at
hours.
dusk, right?
You got
We got
here
here at dusk.
You got here at dusk. I would say you begin to see that the sun is fully out of the sky. That's where you're at.
Even worse. See, even better. The sky is telling us not to fight this. We just dodge it
You
for
know,
now.
if the sun is gone, they will come out.
And they will hunt us.
That's why we need to move now. Get away from here.
We will need to rest.
Zell is fine.
Okay, you want to rest with them coming after us? We have Zell. Also, we have Zell who's hurt right now. Do we really want to fight this? This is not the opportune time to deal with
This
this.
is not our fault that Zell is hurt right now.
Okay.
Zell has been stabbing himself for the last 2 days on the way to this
I
place.
understand that, but still, I'm not trying to throw him out to his death here, because obviously, if Zell goes out there with us to fight this, or we leave Zell here, whatever the case may be, we don't know what's going to happen to him in this. This is not a good opportunity time.
My point is, even if we progress to sleep, we now have these things that will pick up our scent, our trail. We cannot sleep safely. Period.
We haven't been able to do that the whole trip.
Do DM, can I roll like a history on like, first of all, what do I know about vampires hunting people and also weaknesses, as we've been talking about those things specifically? Sure? I can't hear you, I'm just gonna assume.
Yeah, sure, is what I said. You can do a history check.
Flat roll?
Yeah, it'd be flat roll.
21.
Yeah, you know that vampires don't like running water and they don't like sunlight. That's what you know from your probably readings up about vampirism. You know that they feed, and that when they don't feed, they get craving to feed and need to go out and hunt. You haven't seen many animals around. You've seen a lot of bodies drained of blood. There's probably at least one very hungry vampire or vampire spawn. Probably a few, judging by the amount of bodies.
We basically have two options. We go in there with the element of surprise and hope to God there is not loads of them. Or we go out into the wilderness, I go to sleep tonight, and don't wake up tomorrow.
Agreed.
You
Here's
want
how
to
I
go
see it.
in, or do you want to hide? Because going in could be a bottleneck, no?
Well, they
But we could
predator,
bottleneck
right?
them.
Listen, can I just let me just explain this a little bit, just to put you in the eyes of what I'm seeing. We were afraid to have any sort of combat dealing with Maxwell the first time we walked into him. Now all of a sudden you guys are like, let's just go deal with him right now. Let's just go. We are
I would
men
like to
down.
point out, the first time we met Maxwell, let's just say, me, you, and Elirr never met Maxwell. We have no idea what this man is capable of. The only two people that know anything about this man is Ashira and Zel, so I think it should be their judgment as to what we do.
Zell, do you want to go fight Maxwell in your current state?
You know, the man that was
I'm
puppeteering
fine.
your cult.
We need to bring justice to the...
Oh my gosh, he's
I'm fine, dude.
so edgy.
I'm fine.
Ashira, you have the common sense here. Do you think fighting a group of vampires in their cave, with Zell already looking messed up the way he is, and we're already 2 people down, mind you, we don't have our full group here, do you think it's okay that 5 of us waltz into a cave and start fighting a bunch of powerful vampires?
Can I grab that body?
It's a dead bandit who's been bled out. He's been fed
Can I
on
grab
very
him and
recently.
Pull him out?
Sure.
Isn't fed on?
Let's have a strength check.
Don't.
Great. 11.
Yeah. You get him to the surface of the shore of the water and stop him from moving. You sort of pull him onto the shoreline of the river.
So, can I investigate what happened? Did he fight? Did he surrender peacefully, open up his neck for someone to just drink?
Let's have an
Are they
investigation
infighting in
check.
there, potentially?
Could be very interesting. Cool.
20.
20 was the DC for some additional information. Cool. So, with a 20, this body has very, very freshly been eaten or fed upon. It appears to be quite, what's the word? It's been completely drained, and it has multiple bite marks on it. You noticed that on the neck, there's a bite mark with what appears to be a faint sort of, maybe not lipstick, but mark, and fangs that are closer together than elsewhere on the body. There's what you would assume to be either a smaller mouth size or potentially maybe female. There's a couple of them on the body, but on the neck, which would be the prime bite, where there's the most blood that looks like it's drained onto the neck itself, there appears to be what looks like maybe a faint lipstick or lip color and this feminine looking bite, and that's what you get with a 20.
I get back to people and tell them. So, seems like there's multiple of them, and a potentially female, smaller bite.
That is wearing
So-
lipstick.
Yeah. maybe they don't. Them
I
much.
can't imagine many vampire spawn wear lipstick. Who are they looking good for?
Well, if they lady and they like to be pretty vampire lady.
Do you
All
really
the vampire
want?
spawn we fought previously were like gaunt-looking pale fellas with dark hair, no?
Look,
Well, they
let's
were
just-
part of the cult, right? Maybe
Correct.
this is new member.
Diego, you hear in your head. Have you made it to the grove? Please, where are you? We've just made it through the fog.
How the fuck are you able to send to me? Because when I tried sending to you, it didn't work. And normally you should always say that your name is... And then it cuts off.
Yeah. You know it's Jinglethorn.
Oh, I
He
know,
essentially, in the message, I'm not going to go into specifics of what exactly I say, but he lets you know that he was in the fog, and in there, he felt the suppression of the fog, preventing his spell casting out of the fog. And
We know that the
potentially
grove-
blocking you from sending it in.
Okay. Oh, yeah, so my sending's gone. I'm like, okay. Wait, no, I can now reply to this, yeah?
You can, yeah.
I'll say, we are at a cave where we think Maxwell and the vampires are. What does this Ujumi flicky do? And I start flicking the little pin that you gave me.
That lets me pinpoint where you are. I can scry on you. We shouldn't be too far away. Perhaps, maybe at most, a couple of hours.
How?
Well, we rested. You're not that far ahead.
Are
We
you
were a whole
talking in
day
mind or are you
ahead.
talking out loud?
You were there for a day.
Yeah. That's the
Makes no
forest.
sense.
Diego?
What? Hello?
Are
Sorry.
you talking in your mind or are you talking out loud?
Your boy Jungle Thorn's on the phone. 1 second.
Well, tell him they feeding desperately.
Elirr wanted to tell you that he needs feeding. No, the vampires are feeding.
Their own people.
We'll wait for you. We'll wait for you. Just come here.
My recommendation is to camp out somewhere hidden. I'll be there shortly. I'll be casting Dimension Door to get there. I will need to rest.
Why does he sound like he just aged like 30, 40 years? He's now just suddenly
He's haggard.
talking like
He's got short legs. He's walking through a forest, man. It's kind of rough. He's a little guy. But
Okay,
he does
wait,
have
so-
magic on his side, so he probably, potentially, has ways of getting to you faster.
Wait, I have one question. You said that you wanted to camp when you got here?
Well,
Because you'll be tired?
we should be okay, but we'll need to rest within the next 4 or 5 hours.
What, like a short rest or a long rest?
Short rest should do us.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Yes, we'll create a little safe haven, as safe as camping outside of a vampire's lair can be. But
You stay
Yes.
hidden, and we'll be with you. Sylas is leading the way, helping with the tracking.
oh, great news! Everyone okay?
Are you all okay?
Jeez.
Just so you know, we had a buddy system. So if anyone hears any voices, you tell everyone else, and then everyone else
Oh,
can
we
tell you if
did
you
the
hear the voices or
same
not.
thing. Me
That's a
and
great
my
idea.
crew.
I'm cutting the communications. Bye.
That is a great idea. I
Um,
think that we should cut off.
Mr.
Yes.
DM?
Yep.
Just for safety measure,
Mhm.
as I guess Diego at some point told us that we should camp somewhere safe.
I now say,
Um,
guys, I have been hearing voices. Did anyone else hear them?
No, we didn't hear anything.
Okay, it is not real. Jungle
Oh.
Thorn is a liar.
All right.
Let's go into the cave.
Elirr,
just
yes.
I pushed the body in the river so
Mhm.
no one finds that someone pulled him.
Wait, how loud are you being with that?
No, you just sort of release him because you didn't really pull him out, so you just sort of release it back into the water as you guys just see it floating back towards the muddy pile of bodies that you saw earlier.
So they've been doing that for a while. So where we resting? Sounds great.
Not resting. We're going into the cave because that wasn't Jinglethorn.
No,
It was
what
a
did-
lie.
no,
Why would
no,
Jinglethorn not?
What did
he
fake
tell you?
Jinglethorn say to you?
Fake Jinglethorn tried
Yes.
to lie to me.
Yes, tell me. What did he
what
say?
did he say?
He told
Mister,
me
I
that the
spiked your
best
drink and
idea.
made you sleep nicely.
What do you mean I spiked your drink? I told you I didn't do it.
Hey, can we just get
You
back on
secretly
topic?
make us
What
think.
did Jinglethorn say? What did he say? Diego.
Jinglethorn said that they would be just a few hours out, which categorically cannot be correct because we were like a whole day and a bit ahead of them.
We did
You
travel
know
a
he
whole
powerful
day
magician,
before
right?
they started.
So therefore, what?
You know he's powerful magician, right? Maybe he travel faster.
Such
than
a
you.
powerful magician that he cast the shield spell on his ship after the ship was attacked.
That
Well,
is a
such things
very
happen.
good
He was
point.
controlling
That's a very
cages.
good point.
Can we maybe
Not my
think
point.
about maybe he was real? Maybe they're coming?
Or he's not real and it was a lie.
Either way,
Because
either
one
way,
Thing and when did he
Because why
talk
didn't
to
he-
you? What did he say?
hey, either way, they just fed, which means tells me that maybe they're not going to come out soon. Which means we may have a couple hours anyway. We might as well go on the hunch that maybe Jinglethorn's
Look.
on the way, and we can rest.
Why
Take
don't
some
we do
rest.
this? Why don't we do this? As you said yourself, Zelentrus is looking pretty fucked up anyway. Why don't we just take an hour or two, and we all keep watch of that cave entrance to see what happens next?
Yes.
I will stay and watch. I will be able to see it.
I also have another good idea, perhaps.
All right.
I'm not.
You
drinking
mentioned you
anything
had-
You give me.
Okay. Suit yourself. You said that you had locate object.
Yeah.
What object do we think Winzira would carry on her person?
Well, what?
Because
did,
if we could locate that, we can identify whether or not she is in the cave.
Do we
Hey,
know?
Mira-
Mirabelle tell you about then?
Can I take a look at the color of the lipstick?
Whoa. Was very red.
Yeah, I mean, you'll need to chase the body, but you get to
Uh,
it as it's floating limply
Do
in the
I
water.
recognize this is like a
The type
Stonehaven
of-
red lipstick? Is this a color in my repertoire?
Do
of
you wear
makeup?
red lipstick?
I wear makeup. I have different makeups.
I will
I can
allow
wear
a
red
history
lipstick.
check at disadvantage. You recognize this lipstick. I need a history
Yeah,
check
don't-
at disadvantage.
No. Straight away, we've got this. She would have wore fancy clothing, no?
What kind?
Yeah.
What?
Because she was meant to be marrying Maxwell, correct? That's what we were all told.
Yeah.
He would have made her look fancy. Therefore, if we locate object on Stonehaven fancy dresses,
All right. Describe
or
them.
like the material, what materials would a fancy dress be in?
Yeah,
it
you would
could
know. You're from
be-
Stonehaven, right?
Yes, of course.
Oh, we bought fine clothes. I bought fine clothes in Stonehaven, and also Elirr
This is my
did, so
point.
I would know. A nice fancy dress, Mr. D.
But I think if we locate that, maybe we can identify whether or not... Because it will tell us the closest thing to us of a similar description.
Sure. I cast locate object, Mr. DM.
Okay. Which object in particular?
Well, like a very nice fancy Stonehaven dress. Or
Okay. and
Ashira, you
what's-
didn't... Before you do that, Ashira, you didn't buy any Stonehaven fancy dresses, did you?
Only Stonehaven fancy pajamas.
Elirr did though.
Right, but she's
Come
not
wait
here.
for them.
Oh my gosh! Stop simping. Just stop simping.
Yes.
Focus on
So
sending.
you
the
do this.
locate
How does the locate object work?
Didn't I put it in the what?
No.
I definitely used a spell slot to cast it just now. What the fuck? I'm not using a spell slot anymore. I just did.
Yep.
No,
You describe it, an object within 1,000 feet of you. If the object is in motion, you know the direction of its movement. You feel... You know what? Yeah. Yeah, you feel it coming from directly through the cave up ahead.
Ping, ping, ping. It's right there.
Well,
How long does
that
this
sums
last?
it up, no?
It lasts 10 minutes. Concentration? Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And I will also
Well,
know
okay.
if it's moving.
We're not
Judge.
entirely certain this is Win Zero, right? I mean, at the end of
What
the
do
day,
you
it could be
mean?
any stone. It can be
But
any
it's still fancy
Stonehaven
dress
woman.
vampire.
Also,
Right. Why would a vampire that has been here have a Stonehaven dress on her?
who knows? Maybe she was escaping the city, like a lot of people we knew were also
Oh,
leaving the city.
so
Like
all of the
Ollivander's mother also left the city with these people.
Right. So if she's down there, even better.
Judge, are you not able to sense how many of them would be in there? Is that not a thing that you can do?
See how close I gotta be. I believe I gotta be quite close. It's within 60 feet of me. So if you want me to go trekking up close and get 60 feet close enough, I can divine sense and see. Actually, I have to get right at the entrance. I have to look in there and divine
Hold
sense.
fire on that.
Do you have to see? Can we not stand on top?
Because I can't see anything past like a foot of stone or things like that. And obviously, with me in the
I
cave,
see.
it's gonna be through a foot of it.
Let's just wait till Jinglethorn and that.
Yes.
If fake Jinglethorn arrives.
Yes.
Fake it, Jinglethorn.
Diego, I will really have to have talk with you, but let's just.
You want to talk with me?
Yes. Why?
Elirr, you have done nothing but berate me.
No,
2 days.
No, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. Just you two zip it. You
Do
two ain't
not
allowed
talk to me,
each other.
Elirr.
And I'll make a clearing for us to sit around and wait until
You guys end up camping out, basically. You notice the body makes its way down the river, under the bridge, to the muddier side of where you walk through, where all the bodies were previously. Time passes. You begin to see stars break through the clouds above, through the canopy. And then you begin, as you sit here silently, you hear what sounds like a rustle coming from behind you. Judge, you hear it first, actually. Branches shifting nearby. Not, like, distant to you. They're actually very close. Like, much closer than you were anticipating. As several figures move between the trees. The undergrowth beneath you trembles. And from the darkness that comes around you, you just hear, "Easy." You see Sylas steps forward. He's mud-stained, he's exhausted, he looks, for lack of a better word, he's just looking a bit sort of weak.
swing at him.
Mirabelle then follows him. Behind him, behind Mirabelle, you then see Jinglethorn, you see Corvin and Elariel as they sort of dust themselves off and join you.
Whew. Well, that trinket is a lifesaver. That one you're carrying. It's essentially allowed me to spy on your location whilst out here, but I used Find the Path, one of my favorite spells, actually, to find the shortest way back to... well, perhaps it's time for some tea. Shall we sit down?
As he tries to sit down next to you.
Oh, all together.
You would notice that Sylas is, he's covered in dirt. He appears super alert, and clearly everything he's been through in the last, however long they've been traveling has affected him. You see that Mirabelle, I'd say Diego, you notice it immediately. Mirabelle's sort of ember mark is larger, like it's grown in the time that she's been away, or maybe it's more vibrant. There's something about it that appears something more to it. There's a faint heat haze almost around her as she steps over to you as well. And I'd say that she's a little bit emotional at seeing you. Whereas Jinglethorn and his two apprentices look visibly concerned. You see that there is this pulse that you've been becoming familiar with still going on. Sylas sort of says to you all, "Forest isn't fighting it anymore, it's afraid." You see, Mirabelle basically looking at, her palm, and they probably tell you in short sentences just what's happened, and Mirabelle basically talks about how the elemental entities, reacted to her, and it was really weird being able to have them followed using her. Some actually bowing their heads instinctively to her, which was something she's not familiar with. Jinglethorn, however, after seeing the latest pulse, looks to the forest line. You see that he just says to you all, "It's already begun. And they've begun feeding openly. Perhaps it's time we make our mark. What lies beyond that cavern ahead of us? We will need each other and this support." What do you guys do? Do you have a plan of action?
Let's let them rest for an hour, and then in that hour, we'll discuss how we want to proceed with this, these vampires. I think I have an idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys rest. They get the benefits of a short rest. They are fully recovered in terms of hit points. With Jinglethorn at their side, they took the shortest possible route to get here. He used Dimension Door a couple times. He also would have used probably Tree Stride, maybe, to check areas ahead. He has access to some interesting spells for mobility purposes.
Now, hear me out. Crazy idea. I've been thinking about this a little bit. So we know the only two people who can't get affected by these vampires is me and Oswald, right? So why don't I go out and try to draw them out myself? Me and Oswald. And when they exit and they, get within a range, of course, we can then surprise attack them. Because we don't have to go inside the cave. We can just bring them out here. That way we don't have to worry about the,
What if they don't follow you out?
Oh, I can make it happen.
You can't guarantee that they all come out, though, right?
Well, whoever's left behind, we can pick up the stragglers. But this way we can at least... Maybe I can get a good idea what's in there, and at least we can spring a trap on whoever follows me out.
But what if it's more than just these vampire fiends that you're...
That's even better. We brawl them out. I can get the information out to us.
Feel as though it's quite risky. However, you are right. They are less likely to be aggressive towards you as they can't feed on you. I also think you're the most suited to battle them. If you were to go in and get captured, that would be...
Look, I'm not gonna step in. I'm not dumb enough to go in there on my own. What I mean is I can get to the entrance, I can cast Divine Sense, see what exactly is in there, see if I can get an idea if there's more than just the vampires, maybe there's something else of some other origin in there, and I can just make a noise, be like, hey, how y'all doing? The name's Judge, or whatever the case may be, and drag them out, see if they would follow suit. I mean, obviously they're not going to they're not going to let me just run off with the information that there's vampires in there. It's not a very good idea. And also, I'm pretty sure they know who I am at this point because we've been messing with Talon and all these groups anyway at this point. They definitely have heard about a Warforged working.
Indeed. We give up the element of surprise, but it
Well, they wouldn't know you guys are here.
Plan,
they know me.
I suppose. What say the rest
but
of you?
if they assume that you are here, then surely they would assume the rest of us are
But
here.
they don't know where you guys are at. Which means...
Correct.
When
so why would they
follow
leave?
me out, well, because they're not just going to let me run off with information. That'd be dumb. Even if it's
information? What information would you gather?
That there's vampires in a cave? I mean, I'm pretty sure
we already know there are vampires
but they
in a cave,
don't know
Judge.
they don't know that we know that there's vampires in a cave. Where's the old man going?
I'm
Why do you walk
investigating
off?
these runes.
He's looking at
Oh,
the
gosh,
temple,
it's so
the
man.
wall. Yes.
Well, I
Look,
guess if he
it's-
does that,
And okay,
help
and what
him?
about this? How about this? Then? We can make it even crazier. I can slam the wall with my hammer, right? Hear me out. Let's say it does cave them in. Even better, because we don't have to worry about them coming out. But maybe it freaks them out that they would come
Why-
out anyway.
Why don't we all have a discussion, sat down, and talk about this with all of us?
As he misty steps back. So, this is very clearly one of the grove's other temples.
We
It's
know that.
likely that inside is probably, if I had to hazard a guess, you see he strokes his beard, probably some form of either statue, building, or otherwise, likely to Sylvana. It's possible that they've set up camp in there. There may be a way
No.
directly to the grove itself from that location.
Right. Yep. Thank you. Thank you for your ever long, ever knowing wisdom that you've shared with us.
What I'm sharing with
Jinglethorn.
you, Master Judge, is that they have an escape route.
Okay.
Don't know that.
Yeah, we really don't know that. You're making a crazy assumption
Well,
right now.
judging by the runes, as he looks to the wall behind him,
Does
the Grove of
runes say
Luna
follow the-
is that way. Grove of Sylvana is that way.
Sylvana.
And
We
through that
know that.
cave is likely a path directly to the Grove of Sylvana.
That makes sense.
Okay,
It's
even
probably
better.
where they're getting the bodies from.
Even better. Hear me out. Even better plan. I run in there on top of Oswald. I get an idea what's going on, and I start chaos. Then you guys can come on in.
Let us-
start your
Let us
crazy.
have the conversation with everyone. Meaning when everyone is here, so that
Right.
we can actually discuss a plan rather than us discuss a plan now, and then Sylas, Zelentrus, and Mirabelle decide that they don't like the plan or something when they fully calm down from their weary travels.
Okay,
All
well,
right, yeah, we'll wait.
I think it's a good idea that we get our bearings.
Yes. And that way Junglethorn can read all of the runes in here to find out that
Yep.
there are definitely vampires in that cave.
Yep. Hey, keep studying, Jinglethorn. You're definitely on. You're on the track. You're on the right track here, Detective Jinglethorn.
can I use my comprehend languages to help him still investigating?
On like the runes and stuff?
Yeah.
The runes are very broken and scattered, but it appears to be Elvish.
Cool.
And it basically
Alright.
shows that that's where the Grove of Sylvana is.
We will wait for everybody to be coherent and ready to go.
Is there
Okay,
any
that's it.
is there any way to decipher like any way of like disturbing that, like you said, like an escape route, because it has like some kind of porting device or something? Does the runes show any like how
It
that
basically, for lack of a better word, it sort of has symbols that suggest there's a pathway to the Grove's inner sanctum from this point.
All right. We'll sit here and wait for everyone to show up. Everyone to be coherent.
Okay. Well, it sounds like then that's a good place to call tonight's session, as we will await the discussions, which I'm sure we'll probably have between sessions, on what the plan will be going in to this cave, which may or may not have another way through to the Grove. Yeah. All right, let's call it there then, shall we? Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for playing. It's definitely been strange not having 3 of the players here, but also somehow having 3 of the players appear here. Next session, we'll be missing one of our players. We'll be missing Diego next week. The following session, we'll potentially be missing Judge. However, next session also has potential of making progress towards the inner parts of the Grove of Sylvana. So, let's see where you guys get to. Hopefully, you guys make it further than that guy who just got dropped in the water. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for playing. And until next time, bye-bye.